Oh, is that me? It sounds like somebody put the tape in wrong. What is going on? Am I the only one that hears that? I hope so, because that sounds crazy. Whew. I had to go meditate. I just cannot believe this stuff I was hearing today. That was way much. That energy was crazy. They talk about it. Let's, mm, 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 I think. Let me see. What is this? Oh, yes, yes, yes. Oh no, I can't share it. Oh well, maybe share my screen then. Why does it sound like it's so slow? What is going on? Can you guys hear that? That's crazy. All right, let's go. Lay it forward. No. Add item. Okay, save. Okay, so we're gonna use the layout. No, can't save. I plan to be real chill. I don't want to talk about anything serious. Well, it's an adult conversation. How about that? I can't with all the screaming and the yelling and cussing and all. No, I really can't. Like, it is really unnecessary. Like, I get it, right? We like drama. A lot of us were raised in the, what do you call that? The Jerry Springer era, where everything was just so huge. It just makes me think of like high school when the fight in the middle of the cafeteria type shit. My bun is scary, but today I don't care. What's up, family? I just wanted to have an actual conversation about, you know, adult things. Like, why is that so hard in this space? I do want to talk about like how I hear the men talk about sex on this platform. It's a duty? Bro, what? Salute. Thanks for coming by. Hello. Welcome. Hold on, I'm gonna change my camera. But I'll keep running my lips. Yeah, today, so I'm working on a project, trying to get some stuff done, and sometimes I like, to have something to listen to in the background. I enjoy that. However, the love, appreciate y'all. Let me get this camera together real quick. I need something else to sit it on. I hate when it starts to move. Salute to you guys. Thank you, gentlemen, for coming in. I think you guys are two rational men I've had conversations with that I know these men exist. But the louder ones, the ones that's just like, sir, are you in pain? What is happening? Do you need a hug? The fuck? Has it come to that place that the self-awareness of what you're doing when you talk about sex like it is a entitlement to you? You are not owed the kitty. Like, geez, it's mine. I carry it around with me. I bet you don't want it like a few days out the month. I'm gonna tell you that much. And I'm okay having this conversation. This is another subject for me that I'm comfortable. And I try to, or think I try to, bring something positive to the conversation. Now, don't get me wrong, I like my fuckery, but come on. We so worried with what we doing between our legs that we are not even paying attention to each other. Don't talk about my all right, let me I want to turn the music down a little bit. Please feel free to hit the link. Come up. I'm ready to talk tonight, not just to myself though. And it's not so much to ask a question per se. I'm not quite sure. Let me get my glasses. This is a smart girl conversation. Okay. Yeah. And I got something on my shoulders, so there's no problems here. I don't want to get in trouble. But yeah, I really don't understand how we've got here where it's like, if I talk to you or we're talking to each other about being intimate, or there's not even any romance. Like, you don't even hear that. Like, there's no, hey, we also miss some days. I'm going to say that. Like, can we talk? Hey, can can I get to know you? Can I know your name? Now it's just, hey, bitch, get me some sex. Like, yeesh. And then we wonder why, women kind of run away from it now. And that's the truth. I'm not even being funny. There's a lot of women who are opting to not have sex. And that, yes, that's a problem. That's a problem. I truly don't understand why, but it's the truth. Welcome, welcome. I apologize. I was trying to get to the top of my screen, and so I couldn't see how many people were in here. But thank you for taking the time to come in, say hello, say hello. And please, by all means, hit the link. I truly want to have a conversation. Like, wow, is that what it is now? Are men feeling as though, and I wonder, like, what age groups are we focusing on, right? Is it middle-aged men? Is it older men? Is it younger men? I don't know. But we never get anywhere because someone's always yelling something real crazy, and then there's no real discourse going on. It's more like, I want you to admit something. I don't. This should be a fun thing when we talk about it, right? We talk about being in relationships. We talk about being married and a family, so on and so forth, which is great. However, the longevity is between you guys, right? Like, you guys have to be more than just, okay, I'm just daddy or I'm just mommy. Well, you still need to be Tyrone and Lily or whatever, whoever name is. Because the kids are eventually going to be able to take care of themselves. Hello, hello. Hey, how you doing? Thank you, Liberated Soul Rebel. Shout out. Shout out. Please, by all means, feel free. This is not, I don't want to argue. I want to really have a conversation. Like, I really want to know, why is it that the squeaky wheel, which is the loudest men in the group, are deciding that sex is an entitlement? Hey, how you doing? Welcome. Thank you for coming. Is it Ophelia 67? Yeah, please, by all means, all are welcome. Please hit the link. let's have a conversation. I hope that you had a good Monday. Mine was a little stressful, so I think I'm utilizing this as a way to kind of get some aggression out. Because I was truly pissed. Like, it has come to this place where it is okay to talk about women as if we are the cause of all issue. It's almost like a biblical stance, so to speak. Oh, it's the Eve complex. Yes, hold on. Can you guys hear me? Is it my mic? Hold on, let me turn it up. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. Is that loud enough? Can everybody hear me okay? Let me make sure. I'm going to check my settings. Oh, maybe this is better now. Hold on. Let me adjust it. How is this? Am I too loud or am I loud enough? Okay, that's okay. I can repeat it. I have no problem with that. Let me know if I'm too loud though. Please, I don't want to be yelling at nobody. However, the squeaky wheel is the man who is saying things like, why are women saying no to me when I want to have sex? The fact that we're still even in a place where we're asking that question is a little astonishing to me. You know, people say, like, why are you still single? Or, so on and so forth. Before social media became like this huge, blow up of information for everyone, I dated, and I was in a few relationships, so on and so forth. Um, Sex was not a weapon for me. And if the person I was with tried to use it as a weapon, that relationship was ending. It's like intimacy. When I say or ask about that, people go, "Well, what do you mean?" Yes, of course, intimacy. That's me laying down with my wife for my girlfriend for a hot 3 minutes. That's the intimacy. Sorry, it's shaking a little bit. So it's like it can't be fun no more, right? Like dating and relationships, it should be fun. It has to be so contentious. We gotta argue about it. You gotta be mad, sitting on panels talking about how submissive your wife is. But yet and still, you are sitting on a panel talking to other men about how women should act. Why aren't we responding to men the way that they want them to? Huh? What year is this? What year is this? I don't understand. Then the argument is, well, you a hoe if this, you a hoe if that. Yeah, I'm using dirty words tonight. Um, you know, you need to first don't dress like a whore. Don't be ghetto. Right. Not one woman up there. Okay, I like what you said. Hold on, I'm gonna bring that. I'm gonna bring it up. I want to read what you said. Let's bring that up. Liberated Soul Rebel said, "I'm a man, and my opinion is not appealing to a lot of men because I keep it real in regards to our mentality. But we're off our square as men, so there will always be conflict between black men and black women." Interesting. Quite interesting. And you know what's so funny? Is sometimes it's almost like we're on autopilot when we talk about each other, right? Nobody has anything else. They were talking about that it as a duty, women should give their husband sex without any pushback. The normal average relationship. I don't know who that is, so to speak. When we take a poll or statistics, it's always about the broader. Hello, we have a guest. Let me see who that could be. It's Mr. Simon. Hi, how are you? I'm delayed back there with you. How you doing today? Good. What say you, sir, about what I'm saying?
I don't really think there's a battle of the sexes. I think the thing is, it's like only people that sort of talk
Really?
about the battle of.
I was just like, go ahead.
Should I continue?
Yes.
I don't really think there's a battle of the sexes. I think like the only reason why people sort of feel like there's a battle of the sexes is because they've not experienced what it's actually been like to actually be in a real relationship. So I'm gonna park it at that for a minute. I can
I'm
kind of
glad you
turn.
said that. What? Oh yeah. Can you turn up? And it's like your mic and it's an echo, Simon.
Yeah, I'm gonna sort that. Wait, hold on.
Is it still low? Is the audio still low?
Is that clearer?
Yes, but I keep hearing myself. I don't want to hear myself.
I really can't. I don't know about that part, but you know.
The microphone. I think you have to. Hey, how you doing? Nice to see you. I'm gonna have to ask you to mute up for me, please. Thank you.
Oh God.
Yay. So I am at a place where I feel like if it isn't addressed, it's gonna continue and it's gonna get worse. So when you said you don't believe it's a battle of the sexes, yet constantly on these panels with hundreds of people in them, by the way, whether even if it's 50, even if it's 30, you gotta fix your echo, Simon. You killing me. Thank you. Then why are men complaining that women are not being cooperative when it comes to sex? I heard a man say today, it is a woman's duty if you get married to have sex with you. And that women withhold sex as a weapon, and then we have laws that protect us. That's why. So basically, what you saying? You want to go through the streets, hit a hoe in the head, and then drag her back to the cave? Like, what are we doing? So I'll mute so you can. I'd love to hear your response.
Well, I've never had to engage with a hoe, thankfully. But I'm just saying, when I was in my marriage, my wife turned around to me and like what she used to say to me was like, you know, you got to fulfill your sexual obligation, which meant that I had to fuck her every day. Like it's like so I went through like I don't have any problem like in that sort of area, like
People
and
are saying your audio is low, Simon.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. I'm going through the laptop at the moment. Let me get my headphones on. I ain't got my headphones on.
Okay, if you need a minute,
Shit.
because I really like to hear what you're gonna say about that.
Yo, is that any better?
Pull, pull your mic down.
Oh,
The
pull
mic
it
part,
down.
like the top, isn't that like a headset? Like
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
gotta.
but no,
Oh,
I
you don't
wasn't.
talk on that mic part.
No, but the volume like part I could pull down, but
Okay,
mm,
I think people can hear you better. They'll let
why
me
is
know. I'll keep you. Go ahead. They said that you were
well,
kind of low.
yeah, yeah, no, because I was going for the laptop, so
Okay.
I'll put it up to 100.
All right. Cool.
Okay, so what I was saying was, yeah, like within the marriage, my wife was like, you know, you need to fulfill your sexual obligations. And that was on a daily basis, so that's what I had to do.
So, but you never said no. You never felt like you could say no.
She was fine as
What?
hell, man. No, I can't. I couldn't say no.
I'm done. Never mind. Next. Who next? Boo. He can get the back. Get out of here. Ain't nobody talking about that, sir. Yikes. That's part of it.
Yo, I mean, I ain't married for no reason,
So,
man.
so basically, what you're saying is, regardless if you really actually felt like doing it or was in the mood to do it, you would continue to do it because of the way she looks.
It's not how she looks. You just need to have a certain type of energy, um, and you need to be a certain type of person. Like, if you can get up, you can get up.
But this is the problem, though. The nuance that you're giving it is not the nuance that's in these spaces. And then we holler about the kids so damn much out here. And the shit that we say, kids are going to hear it. And then we don't care. One day is fuck the kids, next day is don't be like Meg Thee Stallion. Put your clothes on. We don't want to see you. Kiki Shepard need to sit down. So worried.
Yeah, but unless you become that actual celebrity,
No, no, no. What I mean by that is what is being said. It doesn't matter what woman. It could be any woman. We could go all over Instagram. We could go all over TikTok and go into somebody's comments. And there are always a group of men that want to tell women how they are harlots and we all going to hell. You can't be comfortable sexually. You
yeah, but
shouldn't
you
wear
are. To be
this or
fair,
that.
most women are going
So
to hell. Like, not to be bad or nothing.
stop,
I'm just saying.
Simon. Stop.
Most of them
No.
are right.
No,
No, no.
Simon.
So,
Don't make me mute you.
alright.
Don't make me mute you, sir. Because today I don't care. Usually I'm very nice and
Yo,
polite. I fuck all that tonight.
look,
I'm saying
I'm
what I'm
telling you, like,
saying.
if you understand what you really want to achieve, then you'll achieve it. And that's not to do with women or men. It's not
But
to.
that's what we're
It's.
talking about tonight. I am talking
Mhm.
about why men talk about sex the way that they do, like some kind of duty, or they make it sound so fucking filthy. And then they expect for women to be turned on in a matter of seconds.
Why do you
But you don't,
wait?
but hold on, no,
Why
no,
do you?
no.
Oh,
Hold
okay.
on. Hold on.
Mhm.
And I'll
I'm gonna
land
start
here.
smoking in a second.
If that's what you feel you need to do that. So,
Mhm.
what I was saying is this: we look at this and we're like, oh, okay, that's relationship to relationship. But it's bullshit because all of us, all of a sudden, are dating experts and we can tell people what they should be doing between their legs.
You should pull up the chats. Like, can you do that?
I
Or
am. Yeah, I can pull up the chats. Why are you in my business over here, though? I was trying to land because you said you had something to say.
I'm listening to you at the same time.
Yeah, nah. Anyway, like I said, I'm on one tonight, Simon, so might be a little different. This
Took
is
the
just
time.
chocolate tonight. That's all you get. Ain't no
Mm.
earth tonight, okay? So, as I
Mhm.
said,
All right.
instead
Get that
of
shit laid down
I
and took
heard,
loosely.
I heard
Mhm.
another man say, my wife is submissive, so I don't have to worry about these problems. After a woman is speaking her mind in a conversation of men who have decided they know best, and they know that, oh, we are chaotic, or we're so dense, we don't know nothing, we've never accomplished anything without a man, Jesus Christ, call the police.
Yeah, but most women don't like actually accomplish anything without men. To
Get
be
out of here,
fair.
sir. Get
Hey,
out of here. Come
hey,
on.
no, no, be cute.
Come
No, no,
on.
come
Most,
on.
what number is that? What number is that? If
It's
you
not a
gonna
number
do
thing.
it, I'm pulling statistics tonight. So if you're talking about most what? Most women what? Because last time I checked, which was about a week ago, the
Mm-hmm.
fastest running entrepreneurs and biggest players in entrepreneurship right now are black women. And then women overall. So how is it that
Yeah,
we're
but
not able
what I'm
to
saying is
accomplish anything? We're
they
buying
do.
homes
I'm
and
just saying they do have a black man or a man behind them, like
all the
it
time,
was
no matter what.
20 years ago when we used to
But
speak about this thing about you know there was a man and they had a woman behind him. Like it's the same thing. It's
but
just a twist
everybody
to it.
doesn't have that. Every man doesn't have a woman,
Obviously
and
not.
every
But
woman doesn't have a man. So stop it. What?
yeah, but the thing is like you can't accomplish things by yourself. I mean, I think that's the root cause conversation. You
No,
can't accomplish
exactly.
things
Here,
by
I'll give you an
yourself.
example. You're right. The people that work at the government that put this together so I could apply for things, so I could get my LLC, so I could do. No, I didn't do that alone.
Mm-hmm.
I might have filled out the paperwork and got the certificate, but it was already set up for me. So that's men and women both. So the doing it alone, that's everybody. We're talking about our relationships between heterosexual black men and heterosexual black women. Also, too, if anybody, of course, for my, under melanated people, it's also for them too. They're hearing the same thing. Their women
Of
are
course, but
withholding
the
sex.
whole
So
thing,
why?
the whole thing. Yeah, okay. So say that again, please. Just the last,
Why
because
are
I got a bit
women?
distracted because there's someone in the chat that's like not supposed to be here. But yeah, go on.
Why? Anybody is welcome here. This is my channel. What you talking about, Simon?
I'm just playing, but go on.
Okay, anyway. Not tonight, buddy. I'm telling you, I'm on it. I'm on board. Please understand. I'm giving you a disclaimer. So,
The last
as I
part of your
said,
conversation, what you?
why are
Because that's
women
kind of
withholding
serious
sex?
point.
Why are women not wanting to sleep with men? There has to be an issue, and it ain't us.
Why do you think it ain't you? Because I was about to speak about something else, but I'm just
Okay,
that's
so you
kind of
went
an interesting
back.
point.
Y'all talk about, hey, Big Dog Philly OG, welcome, welcome. Thanks for coming through and supporting like always. Much love to you, sir. If Why are men complaining then on national TV about young men not having sex? And then you got black men who are of all ages in this YouTube space.
Yeah.
They're also complaining. Oh, we have another guest. I love it. And it's my girl. Let me bring her on. Just Jay, what do you
Hey, boo, how you doing?
say? I am
Nothing much.
on.
I just saw you was live and
Yes.
decided to tap in because I saw the
Thank
title
you.
and you was around for the
Yes.
melee. So I'm gonna let y'all
Woo.
chop it up. I'm gonna go on mute, child. I'm gonna
All
catch
right,
up and
but
just go on mute.
no, you
Just
good. You
just
good. Thanks
Jay's
for
being nosy,
coming.
like.
Simon, I don't know what
Okay.
your deal is.
Yeah, I know what your deal is. That's a fact.
Hey,
You can
That's
have it.
a.
Go ahead.
No, I appreciate you. I appreciate you,
Just
girl.
Jay, I love
I
you.
love
Thank
I
you for
love your
coming up to
opinion. That's the
support
thing.
it.
That's why I said that. That's all. That's the only reason why I said that. You understand?
Exactly what I mean.
Girl, chocolate, stop. Simon like to play games with me. Okay.
I know. He likes to play
He.
games
I
with
don't know what his problem is,
everybody.
but it has been like this
Yeah.
for a long time. I usually
Oh
just
yeah.
ignore him,
I
but
acknowledge Rakeem.
Mm.
Rakeem is playing games
oh,
with me.
oh, okay. Is that what it
I love.
is? But
Yeah.
yeah, what exactly was your, which part was y'all on? I see it said Battle of the Sexes.
Thank you.
So
That's
I'm
what I
wanting to
wanted your
know.
opinion. Thank you very much.
I'm glad that you think it's your platform. I just want you to know that's not the case tonight. I like messing with Simon. Anyway, why are men upset that women are withholding sex? I thought that the new thing was you wanted a sweet, submissive, friendly, floaty. I don't know what the description is, but that's what we were talking
Women
about.
are not withholding sex.
Simon, it's not your turn, sir.
All right, I'll call out.
Thank you. Just Jay. That's what I
So
said.
so the question was, I honestly thought you was talking to him. That's why I thought he just jumped in. So the question
Child.
was about withholding goods.
Yes. Why are
I
they
don't know,
with?
these questions are kind of weird to me in general. Like
Mm-hmm.
everybody's household is different, right? These
Ooh.
conversations go on as if people, I don't, it's just weird to me. They make
As
this
if
cookie
people are a
cutter.
monolith. Yes,
Yeah,
as a
they make a cookie
monolith.
cutter convo and they act as
Yes.
if they have these blueprints that's gonna fit everybody's life. There are variables to life. There are different reasons why people do stuff. If they're talking about people just maliciously withholding sex, as payback and stuff, to me,
Mm-hmm.
I would be in a place more of self-reflecting as to why am I
Oh.
connected to a person who is willing to punish me.
What you do?
You know what I'm
What? Wait.
saying?
What?
Instead of having a conversation with me and having a meeting of the minds and being able to talk it out. Like we know for some people that's ideal, but to me that's realistic and it's possible. Right? When we gather the proper tools to learn how to communicate. And I'm not saying I'm always the most disciplined communicator, but I have definitely learned how to articulate my feelings. I can tell you exactly why I got a problem with
Right.
something. I could tell you exactly how I feel. And years ago, when I was younger, I didn't know how to do that. So I think sometimes I think that's an issue for some people. Some people just need to learn how to articulate their feelings. Because you know how we have conversations in these spaces, and just in general, people will say
Mm-hmm.
stuff like, "Oh, you wrong for feeling like that." First way to piss me off is to tell
Right.
me how I
How
should
I'm supposed
feel.
to feel.
Don't tell me how to feel. I feel how I feel. It's not about right or wrong. I'm expressing to you how I feel, and then you respond accordingly. You stay true to whatever it is that you want to do, and then we just move from there. But yeah, it's kind of crazy to me, right? Because you have some people that have medical issues. You have some people that might take medications that affect that. And you also just have, simply put, sometimes a woman, men are more mechanical in that aspect, right? A dude want to pop his rocks off for the most part. And I get that, right?
Yeah.
Um, they need that release. It's not that women don't need that release, but for me personally, and I'm just speaking personally because everybody different. You
Right.
got
Of
some women
course.
that know
Of
how to
course.
separate. Me, if I have an underlying issue with my man, I don't want you touching me. Period. Just get out my face. You heard what I said, Simon. Get out my
Yeah.
face.
That's kind
Yes,
of.
honey. I
You
have
saw
I mean,
been
he
that's
looked at the
there.
that's kind of
camera.
unfortunate.
He looked at the camera. You heard exactly what I said, sir. Get out my
Listen,
face.
get away from me.
Yo,
That's
that's
like
You
kind
how
of
have
somebody
been.
will
unfortunate,
sit
man.
there and
That's
do
kind of
something that
unfortunate.
upsets you, right? And then they'll
No,
sit
Yes.
there
it's kind of.
instead of having a conversation, what they'll do, come on, babe, stop acting like that. Why you acting all stinking, whatever? And then you know how to do try to warm you up without having the
Yes.
conversation. It's like,
Yes.
so I'm just supposed
Been
to forget what
there.
you just did,
Yes. They don't.
and
It,
we like,
yes.
no. I'm
Yes.
not one of them people. Even with friends, I ain't one of them
I'm
people.
gonna
You
be
ain't just gonna
real
come
with
up
you
here acting like
though.
ain't nothing happened because we finna have a conversation first.
Just Jay, let me say. Thank you so much for bringing that up. Thank you for bringing that point because it's almost like I was saying earlier, I never hear nothing about no romance. I never hear anything about why she may not even be attracted. Maybe you stink. Have you ever thought about that? Maybe you should shave. Maybe you should wash your balls. Maybe you should brush your teeth.
Definitely don't like salty nuts.
A sweaty ass. You been out all day. Now you coming over here. You think you about to jump on
Okay,
me?
let me
Girl,
say, well,
stay.
hold on, let me say this, chocolate, right? I was on, I forgot who chat I was in not too long ago. I was saying, I'm sorry, but a man going to work is sexy to me. And I can't front.
Yes.
A dude come home sweaty. I'm not talking about funky. I'm talking about sweaty.
Yeah, I was talking
I
about
do like
funky.
pheromones. I like
Right.
pheromones. I can't lie. I like that man
That
smell.
mixture of
I love
cologne
man
and
smell,
woo.
right? So in that
Yeah,
regard,
yeah,
yeah, shit.
that.
Come home sweaty.
But
I
we
don't care. That's
got
sexy.
but
Yeah, but
unfortunately what's
it's the reverse,
happening.
right? So if
No,
you're
hold on,
saying,
Simon. Battle
yeah,
of the
you don't
sexes,
want me
sir.
to.
That's right, I don't. So, when you have these conversations and then they're disingenuous because they lie, you know how you are when you with your girl. You don't tell your boy that. Hey, Lord Spike Protein, welcome back. Thank you for coming. But the truth be told, there was a whole movement where men had to be told how to wash their extras. Really?
Is that a real thing? Because I heard that people were saying on Instagram that men were saying they don't wash their ass.
No, there are men. There are men out here being funky and just
That's
out here just
nasty.
loose. They're not representing the men that y'all think. You guys talk about other men. There's good men out here, so on and so forth. Well, guess what? You got a lot of stanky men that is representing you guys, but y'all don't want to talk to them. You don't want to tell them to go stink, go bathe, go wash yourself. Now you do, maybe, but it still don't matter because women are still not having sex with you. And now you think I've done this checklist and I'm entitled to some kitty.
That's the
You
problem.
are
It's the entitlement. That's
you
what
are
leaves a
not
sour taste in
entitled.
people's mouths. Because a
Right.
lot of
It's
these
all
conversations is the entitlement. Like a person is
whew,
old, and don't get me wrong, right? Some of the guys that have these conversations do strike me as fellas that know how to reciprocate.
yeah.
But I was telling somebody in the chat, it comes off as self-absorbed. It comes off as selfish, and it just comes off like inconsiderate. Like to me, anybody
Right.
any reasonable person, any reasonable thinking person understands that there is reciprocation, right? But personally, like I don't want nothing I gotta beg for from nobody.
Child. Mm-mm.
I don't
If you
want
don't want to give
nothing
it to
from
me,
no. Exactly. That's just like with a dude is you got to keep harassing him about a ring. I'm not asking you for a motherfucking thing you ain't willing to
I'm so
give.
glad you brought that up, Just Jay. And then
Like get up
Simon,
out
you
my
got it
face.
after this. I heard them comparing. Don't ask for sex. Oh, well, don't ask for marriage.
Kind of bitch assness. I'm going on mute.
Yeah, go ahead, Simon. What you say? And Bougie, thank you for coming in, sweetheart. All right, go ahead, Simon. You got it. What you say with all this that you've heard?
Damn, you're gonna give me the floor? God damn.
I thought you wanted
Is this
it.
not
You kept
respectful though? We
talking.
all just went on mute and let you have it. Is that not respectful?
I know. People don't know that that actually exists out here. Like you
We
can
trying to be
run a
respectful, and you
room.
know I could be ignorant, Simon. We just went on mute for you.
I
Yeah,
had 2 seconds and you guys start chiming in. That's cool.
Nah, because you wanted to fight.
you
That's why you were
taking
just
too
sitting there. When you
long.
had the floor, you didn't say not one word. But I'm gonna go back on mute and I'm gonna let you have it though. I'm gonna go back
I'm
on
so
mute.
glad she came up. Just Jay, I love
You sound like
ya.
my grandma. You want to chill the fuck out. I'm just saying, like,
Hmm.
yo,
Let's go.
when we're talking about the battle of the sexes, I don't think there's no
Yes,
battle.
this is a battle, sexual battle. I
There's
couldn't
no
put that
battle.
on there. Yes,
There's
it
no battle.
is.
The
Really.
thing is, it's
Please don't
just,
make me start pulling up videos and statistics and going through all that. I don't think that we are that dumb. I know that you are not. Come on.
mhm.
Men complain about sex all the time. Oh,
Chocolate,
she
how do
don't
I
want
add my stream
me.
to yours? I'm sorry. How
Okay,
do I
so are
add?
you
Christ Almighty, like,
Oh, shut up, Simon. Now you want to act
tech
like you got
break?
issue.
Tech
You just had a
break.
you just had a whole yeah.
Right.
I want to know, but you had the
You
floor and ain't
gave
said not
you
one
you
word. You was just
right.
sitting up there ready to start
And you
stuttering.
see,
literally two
listen, Just
minutes,
Jay, you
two
see we
minutes,
was
bro.
on it.
Stutter,
Like you taking too
stutter.
long. Get out of here, boo
Exactly. Moving
chill,
all slow.
chill the hell out,
You in the
man.
school zone, child.
Chill the fuck
I
out,
told
man.
you
What's
I
up?
was
This
on one
ADHD is like a
tonight,
Ferrari, baby.
Simon.
You better hurry
Come
up.
on.
You
You
around
got
here
a double
playing.
trouble over here,
I'm
okay?
He
all
Stop.
like it though. He like it.
He
You right
does.
in the
That's why
middle
he
too.
come
You in the
back
sandwich
here.
at the club. You in the sandwich right now. You in the sandwich. Get it? You in the
I can't even
sandwich.
play no music.
And you in a sandwich. You in a sandwich. You in a sandwich. Don't move now. You in a sandwich. Don't move. You in a sandwich. Okay,
bring
Remix.
the
but yeah.
sandwich. Bring the sandwich.
Oh,
Bring the
there you go.
sandwich.
Two step it.
Wait,
Two
You know
step it.
you feeling it. You know you
A two
feeling
step it.
it. That's it. Why can't we have fun? Why
God
can't we
damn. Just
enjoy
chill the
each
fuck
other's
And
out,
that's what
man.
I
company?
love. I get tired of fighting with people. They be swearing you a man
Girl.
hater, and then they swear
We
dudes
ain't
is
yeah,
woman haters. People just have to have fun, man, and chill.
I know.
yeah,
Like I just
exactly.
that. Okay, now do you want to talk now? Can I? I'm gonna tell her something real quick, and then you can have the floor.
Yeah, you could think about it because you still stuck. Go ahead, chocolate.
I can't. I can't. Okay,
Girl,
listen.
you ain't killing me. You just
Did
like
you?
contention. Go ahead.
Did you sign in to your StreamYard?
I believe so.
Okay, so go up to it should say when you go in, it should give you a add to stream. It should be a blue box at the top that says that.
Girl, I don't know what the hell you doing. Okay, let me
Okay,
see
see,
here.
I'm gonna need you not to make me laugh because I'm trying to
I'm sorry. Let me learn how
be
to
as
behave.
unprofessional as possible.
I need to learn how to behave on panels though. Hold on, let me
No,
see.
you don't. Please, just say I love your
Girl, I
attitude.
get tired of cussing people out. They be
Well,
asking for it
yeah,
though.
that's why I said I'm so glad you came because we can have a real conversation,
But you
and
know
that's
me,
what I
I don't
said.
disrespect people if they don't disrespect me, I don't disrespect people. I just can't stand people that's just rude
Okay,
on
listen.
GP.
I'm
I'm
gonna
looking
send you
around.
something. I'm gonna send you
Okay.
something. So,
All right,
okay,
hit me
wait.
up in the
What?
back chat. I'm gonna just go on mute and
Yeah.
then we're gonna let Simon should have it together by
And
now.
I'm gonna send you
So
something.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay, good, good.
Go ahead, Simon. You got it. Represent for the men. Represent.
I ain't represent for no man, though. I represent for myself,
Really,
man.
sir? Then stop it. Go ahead,
I
sir.
ain't, I, ain't, I don't clap for nobody. They can do what the hell they want. But on the topic, if we're talking about like a battle of the sexes, I just don't think there's no battle. Like at the end of the day,
You keep saying that, but Simon, the subject is this. Why are men complaining about sex? Sex is what seems to be the number one topic. What a woman's body count, what she look like, is she fit, if she got this, oh, she can't be on the gram. And these aren't women that's just young girls, which I find weird. But however, there's older women too. There's women of all ages who are saying the same thing that men are losing their mind, and we don't know what happened. Like,
yeah,
where are you?
yeah. I mean, look, yo,
Thank
if
you and
you're sort of
welcome,
like,
Big Bad Bull. See, GBG, thank
what's up,
you
big
for
bad
honoring
bull?
my room.
Salute, salute.
Appreciate
Yo, if
y'all.
you're 40 years old and you're like 240 pounds, I'm gonna have a conversation with you, like for real. Like it's not
Why?
how because
If I'm not your type, then
it's
why
not a
don't you
type.
just move
No,
on?
no, but that's not the point. The point
Yes, it
is
is.
no. What happens is men like to work with people
Oh,
traditionally. Men like to work with people. So like what happens is if you're like 240 pounds, I don't want that weight on me if we're doing the do. And it doesn't matter, like you can have like the most intelligent sort of ideology and understanding of the world. And that's what we tap into. It's like, okay, you can actually do something, okay? But I don't want this. We see this in wrestling, like you can see like earthquake come and squash a nigga. Like in a
What
match.
fat women got to do with this? Look at this
I was
slander.
trying.
What does
Look, I
fat
was
women have
trying
to
to
do
be
with
cool. I was
this?
like, what? I
Yo,
know
that's what
plenty
I.
of big girls that's
This what
getting
I, but that's
men
besides the point, chocolate. Because y'all
all the
know I've
time.
been big. I've been big
No,
my whole life.
yo,
This is
the
my
I
ghetto,
don't care
the
nothing
point.
about
ghetto.
Just
that.
get
No,
what
no,
you
no,
want,
no, no,
babe.
no. No, you don't get what you want, and that's the
Why
whole point.
not?
Oh, so that's why y'all
Right.
angry because y'all don't get what
Yes.
y'all
That's
want. Thank you
it.
for
Why?
telling on
Why?
y'all.
That's
Yo,
it.
Thank you,
why?
baby. Thank you.
Why?
You want
Okay,
to
just give me a
mold us
second.
into something
Why
I'm
that's
you
in
molding you
your
to
always
you to give you
fantasy.
what the fuck
lying?
you want. I'm just saying, like, the
Stop it,
fact of the matter
Simon.
is, if you're earthquake, you're earthquake. Okay. If you want to live that life, you're gonna live that life, and what you're gonna encounter is niggas that will go, okay, we're gonna get rid of that shit. But what do you actually want? Do you get what I'm saying? At the end of the day, if you want to get with a real person that is gonna actually lend into your thought processes, if you're intelligent enough to have those thought
I don't
processes,
believe you,
Right.
Simon.
Okay. So with the comment, they're not just complaining about sex, the broader complaint, et
I'm
cetera, et cetera.
sorry,
Okay.
sir.
First of all, like at the end of the day, I feel like
Oh,
it's all
what's
bullshit
up,
because
cellulite?
there
yes.
are
Cellulite, come
people
on,
Wow.
out
girl.
here.
Cellulite.
Hold on. There are, okay, no, that's fine, right? Women's character, personality, intellectual attributes. If we're gonna
Yes.
keep it
They talk
real,
about it
there are women,
all.
there are women that embody those things. The problem
How
is
much
they
do you
Yes.
don't want
weigh?
those women.
Right.
I refuse to
How
Hey.
much do
blanket
you?
all. Hold
How
on,
much do you
Simon. I
weigh?
refuse to. I weigh 218. I'm not ashamed. I'm a big woman. I'm not gonna fight a man because he don't want me. If he don't want me, move the fuck around. It's
Move
real simple.
on.
But what I was
Right.
gonna say is there are women out here that do encompass those qualities. They don't want those women. So then the bigger question is what is actually reasonable? What makes sense? What is of sane thinking, right? Because they have these images of IG girls who got all kind of filters on their face. Face probably had craters and everything else in it. That's not what's gonna be laying next to you when y'all get up in the morning. So it's
Nobody.
about being a mature person and evolving and transcending in your development as a human being. Do everybody have
Yeah.
vanity? Yes, we all can be vain, right? But it's levels to it, right? You'll have some people who feel like I shouldn't have standards because I'm overweight. No, I have fucking
Who
standards.
are
Just because
you to
I'm overweight, do
say?
that mean I should get with a motherfucker I don't want to look at all day?
Exactly.
No. And so that's the thing. Everybody can want what they want, but this the thing. I'm not gonna tell you what to want or what not to want, even if I
Right.
think it's reasonable or unreasonable. People
It's
want what
not.
they want.
It's
But
not.
to me, it
It's
sounds unreasonable because you saying that y'all can't get them women. So which one
no,
is
no.
it?
I could get any woman I want. Like period. Like I don't
What
give
does
a
Okay,
that
fuck.
what does that have to do with it
Um,
though?
you heard what he
I'm
said,
just.
girl. Let him
I'm just
flex. Go
saying.
ahead, Simon.
I'm
Child.
just saying. Like what it is
Mm.
it's not about whether you're like heavyweight, this weight, that weight, like
I
things
was just
where
messing with you because that's what you said, but I hear
no,
you.
no, no. In real facts, like for men, like it
Hmm.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter like whether you're doing this or doing that. It don't matter about it. Like realistically, it's about sort of like can we do something? That's what matters.
But some guys disagree with you. Is there an echo, y'all? Because I
No,
hear
no,
an
no,
echo.
no, 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 no.
It's his mic. Just
Oh,
low.
okay.
It's really low. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
Wait,
in
hold on,
London. You gotta
Simon.
remember that.
I do. Hold on for a second, please. We have a guest. Welcome, welcome. What say you? And a quick shout out to Cleo, Say Your Light Podcast, King of Kampala. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for taking the time to come to my show. Let's go. What say you, ma'am? Is she with me? Hold on, let me make
I
sure.
think so.
Oh,
Maybe she got to
can
unmute.
you hear
There she
me?
go.
Am I
Hello?
muted? Is
There
it
you
Now
go. I
you
working?
can hear you
good. You
now.
good. You
Okay.
good.
I don't know if I'm going to call it a battle. There's a lot of people unhappy with their situation, and instead of looking at themselves, they want to blame other people for their situation.
Very true. Simply put.
And a lot of people don't know what they want, and they think what they want has something to do with what the other person is willing to give them rather than what they're putting out in the world. It's about people's ability to be honest with themselves and to be honest with their pursuits in the quest of a partnership. And some people
But
want a
what I
partnership, and
said.
a lot of these dudes want a a maid. They want somebody to fall in line. and do
And they don't
what
want to be honest
his
about it.
no, well,
Right. Just be
and they don't look at
honest.
themselves. It's the same guys that are complaining about women's size and weight, and they ain't some fantastic
Looking
specimen that
like
I
a
Girl,
can
don't get
see.
me started.
gorilla
Some of them
in
be
the
looking like three
wolf.
pounds of juicy garbage, but
Just
go ahead.
just going looking like Mr. Gorilla Man. Just making gorilla cookies with their
Not gorilla
face.
mix. What? Oh, girl, I'm finna go on mute and let Ophelia finish.
No, you good.
Listen, I'm old in country. Don't even worry about it. Listen, I remember my mom telling me this, and I still stick this. This sticks into my head. When you look at a man, you always go, you could have children with this man. And look at his fingers, look at his feet, look at his eyes, look at his hairline. Look at how he weigh his shoulders. Find out if his
Yeah,
breath is bad. So my mother made me focus in on the details, and that made me somewhat selective because some a few got by that shouldn't. But other than that, it was just like I like a clean man. I like a man who cleans his nails. I like a man who likes to smell good. I like a man who likes to put on a suit every now and then. I'm not going. I'm sorry. Why? Anyway, just why? Um,
I clean my nails. I clean my butt
any
cheeks.
hoozy.
I'm clean as a motherfucker.
What I like is a part of what I was raised around, right? So my father, he was no joke. This man wore cufflinks, collars were pressed, spray starch, vest, okay? And this was like, I don't know if how old anybody is, but the boomerang era when Eddie Murphy was light skinned for a while. And you know he was. That's why you laughing. I gotta mute you, Simon, because it's still an echo back. So anyway, my father was like that. He ironed his clothes, or he had my mom iron, or I had to iron his clothes. But the one thing I did enjoy, and I was just talking about that, was for me, what I thought was a moment between my parents stuck with me. I liked to watch my mom dress my dad. Like she would make sure everything was okay, but she enjoyed doing it. It wasn't like it didn't ever feel forced, if that makes sense. What I don't like is that we have become so angry about something so simple. We can just enjoy each other's company. We can laugh, we can play games, we can eat, we can cook, we can do all these things together. And it does not always have to be a combatant issue. I am not a soldier. And that's why I picked those pictures. Because it's like you want someone, and you said it, you want someone to fall in line. We're supposed to be walking through this together. And then you cherry pick the Bible and try to use it against us. And I'm like, you don't even go to church, bro. Like, what is you talking about?
Yeah, some of them definitely love to use religious. I forget the term, but it's like religious abuse.
Oh,
They
yeah,
they they use it for manipulation.
exactly.
You
And
realize
then
in the Bible, it actually never says that a woman is to love a man,
I,
that a man is to love a woman.
like, yes, yes. Because we were raised in Islam, we were raised in Christianity. I knew people from other religions, Buddhism, so on and so forth, and I like having conversations with people, especially when it comes to, okay, I'm gonna have to mute everybody, sorry, it's a little noise back there, but right. Like, thank you. Okay, I'm gonna put this up here because I appreciate the comment. Women, yes, not all of us want to fight you. And it's almost like you want to treat us like your little brother. Like, oh, okay, I love you, but whatever, get away. it is it
But
is so
what the person is
strange.
saying is very true. Like even the
Yeah.
most quote unquote feisty or quote unquote aggressive. That's why I be laughing at people because they swear like based on what they see on YouTube, they would think that
Mm-hmm.
I'm just this crazed woman in a relationship. They would think I'm beating on them. They'll think I was Ike Turner basically, but they fail to forget they
Wait,
be attacking folks on
Just
on
Jay,
YouTube. But
stop.
it's
Pause.
funny because
We
I'm
gotta go
serious.
back to that though. Hold on. We gotta get. We going back to you being Ike Turner. So hold
No, I'm
on.
saying based on what they
Yeah.
see.
How you are
That's how they
perceived.
perceive me. But I
Right.
go from a lion to a kitten in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Under the right circumstances. If a dude know how to
Nice.
handle himself, it's nothing.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, y'all got somebody else on the panel. Let me
Yes, we
hush.
do. Welcome, sir. What say you? And thank you for coming.
Hello, Chocolate. How you doing?
Hello. I am doing well, sir. About
I can't
yourself.
see I can't see everyone else's names, but how y'all doing? Hey, Simon, how you
Oh, I
doing?
don't know if you guys want me to show your names. I'm cool with it. I just want to make
I don't
sure.
care. I notice some people don't show names. Is that some people don't want that? Be confusing me when I'm in a
No,
chat because I
it
be wanting to
is
know who talking.
right. I have to. I'm still trying to work this out. Just don't worry
That
about
gonna be
it.
annoying.
You put your please put your channels in the chat as
Girl,
well
I still don't
because
know how to connect this whole stupid string to
girl, I'm
my
gonna help you.
channel.
I'm gonna help you
Well,
out.
ask
All right.
somebody. Ask
So
Oh,
somebody.
shut up, Simon.
I'm gonna go ahead and go on mute. We can talk in the back. I'd like to know how you feel about the conversation. Why are men upset and angry and feel that women should be more cooperative? Like, why aren't we having sex? Like, what's going on? Like, there's nothing else around that. So you got it.
When you're too focused on just why is there an echo? Am I the only one hearing this? Okay, can everybody
It
hear
was
me?
Simon. It's
I
Simon.
don't
I
hear
had
I
to
don't
mute
hear
him.
an echo when you talk.
Okay.
Yeah, you're fine now.
Okay, so it's just Simon's mic. All right, cool. When it comes down to it, communication is the key and being open to be a partner to your spouse and not only just like because what I hear a lot of guys say, I won't call them men. What I hear a lot of guys say is they want absolute either dominance or control over a woman. And don't get me wrong, to some guys and to some women, it works in that relationship to that degree. When it comes down to it, though, I'm not here to control no one. I can barely control myself, guys. So how can I demand obedience from someone else when I got to get myself under control? In relationships, when it comes down to it, we have to be one accepting of the person who we're in a relationship with, and we also have to understand that they have a perspective and morals and values that they're bringing to the table as well. When you try to overcome who that person is and try to turn them and mold them into something that you want or something that you think you want, because a lot of guys don't know what they want, that's where you tend to find you have problems in a relationship. It could be wide open as possible uh, when it comes down to getting to know another person. You just have to be able to communicate. If you can't communicate, that relationship is just trash. Now, if it's just a relationship built off sex, we all know that that's going to fail because our relationships built off sex, they only last so little long. But if it's just a sex thing, let it just be just a sex thing, right? Some people are just too afraid of being direct and say, "Hey, I just want to fuck," because some people is on that type of time. It's just like, you know what, I want to fuck too, but we think
Hey,
we have to play these games to just so we can get what we want, and then we
mm,
do get what we want, then we fucking we dissolve it because now that we got what we want, we just run the other direction and leave the person on red. But I came up here because Simon, why you up here talking about big women, man? What I tell you about that? Do not be talking about women need to lose weight. You know how I am. You know I was listening. You know I love my big girl. So why you do
I was muted for a minute, so
that?
if
Okay,
you want
cool.
me to, if the host
Do
allows
tell,
me to
do
talk,
tell. I'm listening.
Oh no,
okay,
Girl, listen close.
I can
my
talk about it. I
my
can talk
scale is
about it.
250 and above.
I
I
love
think
big
I
women.
heard. I
No,
think I
no.
heard you on another panel. I think I heard you on another panel. Go ahead, Simon. I'm sorry, babe.
Am I allowed to do this?
You're allowed. Yes, you're
All right,
allowed.
cool. All right, permission
You
granted.
have our
Okay.
permission.
All
So
right, cool. I think most big women are the best women in the world. But the thing is like you you get to a point where you can't shed that shit. Um,
You just don't want
Um,
to look at them rolls. You ain't worried about if she could shed it or not. But go ahead.
no, no, you can't shed it. The problem is like I went through this. I speak to certain people like about this. It's like the thing is like you get to a point where you accumulate so much access on your body that you can't shed it. But that doesn't mean you're the wrongest person on earth or this, that, the other. What it is I find the most beautiful women on earth have that access. They have the access sort of body weight.
Access or excess?
However, you gonna, I'm English,
It's
okay?
his
So
it's his
where
accent.
you're,
So it's his
I
yeah,
know,
accent.
but I gotta get Simon shit. But go ahead.
Mhm.
they're the most beautiful women on earth, but it's just like, how did you build it up? And the thing is like, okay, yo, I'm willing to work with you through that because it's like, I know you're true. I know
So
you're true.
would you get with a girl to then be like, hey, you need to lose some weight, or hey, like start dropping little hints here and there so you can try to pretty much suggest to her like, hey, you'd be a lot healthier if you lose weight.
Yo, I ain't doing it straight away. That's what's going
Oh,
on.
you gonna ease into it. You are insidious ass type dude. No, but
Mhm.
no, seriously though, this is what I was
Mhm.
gonna say. I feel like if you can't accept the person where they are when you get with them, it's best to just leave it be. And that goes for me too. With any dude, if there's something about him that I'm really not feeling or I don't like, or it is just not gonna make the relationship, it's not gonna leave me functioning on a healthy level with that person, it's best to just leave it, right? And don't get me wrong, you have some dudes that get with women or vice versa, and they're able to encourage them and do it from a place of love, not from I need you to get this together because you out here looking sloppy. It could be something as simple as dude saying, babe, I was I be in the gym or whatever. I was thinking we could go a couple times out of the week or whatever. To me, that's totally different than going into a situation already thinking that you're gonna change somebody. That's no different to me than a woman thinking that they could change a dude who running the streets all day.
Oh,
Once I get him, then I'm gonna lock him down. Then he gonna change. To me, it's the same thing. But that's just my opinion.
that's really interesting. The thing is you can't change people, period. So like, you know, but if someone turns around to you and says, "Okay, I'm willing to change," that's a different thing. So they could be in a position where they got there based
Right.
on whatever they went through,
Hmm.
and it's like, okay, I've encountered you. I never thought I'd ever encounter you. Like, so that's kind of different. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna go put this to the fire. I'm gonna
Hmm.
put this to the fire. Okay, I'm gonna put this to the fire, and it's like, okay, are you actually gonna do that shit,
It
or are you
depends on the
gonna
person.
What exactly are you gonna
exactly,
do?
exactly
Yeah,
that?
and see, that's my thing. You don't have that guarantee. So that's why I say people should just accept people where they at whenever they
Yeah, but
first meet them, because like
mm,
to bank on that to me is kind of wild because you just may not get the results you want. But I think it depends on the person. Like you have some people that do better uh being in a relationship with another person, and you have some people that do better on their own, and to me all of it is okay. Some people function better by themselves, some people function better as a unit with another person. Like personally speaking, I give you an example. When I was married, it was easy for me to just not cook certain stuff because but that's just my personality. It's not a big deal. Like I'm not going to upset the whole household because my husband don't eat a certain thing. Guess what? When I went grocery shopping, I just didn't buy it. It just didn't come in the house. And to me, it wasn't even a thought. I be hearing women arguing about, oh, well, he eat this and he eat that. Honestly, for I don't know, but I think maybe it's my personality because it's easy for me to kind of fall in line with a dude I respect. It's easy for me to fall in line. It has to be something that really goes against who I am as a person. And I think if that was the case, I probably wouldn't be with the person anyway. But in
my
general, it to me is I mean, if it's something that goes against my core values, is what I'm saying. Because to me, that creates conflict. It would be harder for me to work as a unit. You see what I'm saying? Like it'll be harder for me to be a
Mm-hmm.
team player if
Right.
they have ways about them that goes against my core values. And like what
Exactly.
Ophelia was saying, people have to be able to self reflect because sometimes we don't know what we want, And honestly, it took a long time for me, even as an adult, to really understand myself and how I function on a healthy level and what I needed in a relationship to function on a healthy level. Like now I'm very clear. I know what I need and I know what I don't need.
Can I speak?
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Laura Spike. Did I offend you? But
If
anyway,
you fix your microphone,
yeah, that would help. That would help my spirit.
cause you got the echo, sir, and I'm trying.
Yeah.
I'm
He
really
online discussing
If
insurance claims with his little
if, if
headset.
he
just
if the
Jay.
man if listen, I tell any guy this: if she gonna cook,
Yeah, play.
right? And this is something that I've been kind of arguing with guys left and right. It's hard to find a woman out here who even has the skills or the willingness to get their ass in there and cook your ass something to eat. If you that damn ungrateful to one, eat the food that she cooked, and to be honest with her about her cooking, because chocolate, if me and you marry and you make, let's just say, I don't know,
Lasagna.
you make lasagna, right?
Yes.
And I don't like it. I'll take a bite or
Okay.
two of it, right? And I'll be like,
Right.
hey babe, can I talk to you for a second? What's wrong? It's a little bit too salty, or the noodles is not done, right? I
Hell no,
think if
I'll
you,
never cook for you again. I'm
what,
walking
what,
out the door tomorrow. I'm
but
just
see,
playing. But yes,
yeah, but see,
you're absolutely
but that's
you're
what I mean
absolutely
by
right.
communication. It's
Right.
different if you bring me the
Hey,
plate.
boo, I'm gonna drop down. Some of your people in the chat have a hard time with my babbling, so I'm gonna drop down so they can
No,
have their
I'm
conversation.
not.
Oh no,
You not.
absolutely, because
Stop
I
Man,
don't,
it.
nope,
Just
I don't
yeah.
Jay.
like it.
You came
I'm
up
Hold on, wait,
dropping
wait.
down. I
me.
Hold
love
on, wait.
y'all. I'm listening. I'll be here. I'm
No,
listening.
no. So do me a
No.
favor. Do me. Hold on, wait.
Stop. Don't
Wait. Hold
leave.
on. What's her name? What's her name? I apologize. What's her name?
That's just Jay.
Just Jay. I'll tell you a secret, and this is something that I had to learn. When you're on the panel, you're on the panel. The chat room is just a chat room. They're going to commentate. They're going to say
Child.
what
Yes, they
they want.
do.
They said tons of shit about me. They have said tons of shit about chocolate. At the end of the day, let the people in the audience be in the audience. We're on the panel
He
engaging.
been married for 33 years, so he could get up here and give y'all some information on how to keep
He
people.
been mad for 33 years because he married the wrong woman. That's his fault.
I
Who?
can't with
Nah,
y'all. I
nah, let's
can't with
nah,
y'all.
y'all.
But don't leave. Okay?
I
Please.
did put my
Drop your
name.
feelings, but women are emotional. Niggas need to
All
make
right.
their minds up out here. I'm sorry. Go ahead, baby. Go ahead. Go
So
ahead. I'm gonna go on mute. Go ahead.
I have my name as Willie Will. Usually I got my name as accountability check because I hold everybody accountable, men and women. But when it comes to the chat room, I don't pay attention to that negativity. See, that's one thing in my life, not even just the internet. I just explained this today to my niece. I said the biggest thing I have garnered in my life is to disregard negativity, right? Because at the end of the day, they gonna talk shit. I don't give a fuck who talking shit because they not adding no dollars to my pocket. They not adding no pussy juice to my face. They ain't adding no gas to my car. They ain't adding
Do
no zeros
tell.
to my bank account. So at the end of the day, I let people talk what they're gonna talk because that's the most you can do is talk.
You
So
right.
keep talking. But that don't mean necessarily take yourself away from the conversation that we having because you
No,
may say
sometimes I just don't be in the mood, and chocolate know me.
it's all
I
good.
just cut somebody out and
But
get ignorant and keep it moving. Like
She's
I
but
get sick of
she's
you
motherfuckers
crazy.
always
but
twerking
I
in
love
chats
her.
and bouncing that
but
mouth.
you with me tonight. So fuck that chat. You with me
Okay,
tonight. All right.
I'm rolling with
Well,
you.
So
don't
stay
fuck
with
my
me.
chat, but I'm just saying, don't
No, no, no.
don't
Right, right,
please.
right, right, right.
Fuck the
Right.
negativity. Fuck the negativity in the chat.
Right.
Period.
Exactly. I
Right?
mean,
It's
again,
just
like
noise.
I said, when men and women we get together, we talk about these things. The
Mm-hmm.
reason I even did this, because y'all know this is not my normal, but the reason I did it is because it was like I was working on something, and then I went to one person's room, and they were
Mm.
talking about, relationships. They were actually talking about the conversation about trans women and what has been going on.
Was it the
Oh,
So
review vid, chocolate? Was it the
you were
review vid?
there. That was
Okay,
me
okay.
and
No, I just
you.
wanted to
Yeah, I was
ask because I
there.
don't. Sometimes people don't
Right.
want you saying stuff. So
Yeah,
okay.
I don't care. But it's like what I was listening to again is this vitriol, this venom. Why do you care? If that is not your lane, then go on. If we don't want to be changed, if men don't want to be changed, women don't want to be changed, who are you to step out and try to change somebody else? And that's what bothers me. And then you want to be disrespectful, you want to be nasty, you want to scream over people because, again, either you ain't putting it down correctly in your relationship, because I mean that also could be a problem. You could suck, right, and not in a good way. And so it's like women
Do
have been
tell. Do tell.
Please.
I'm
Let's
sorry.
let's just put a
It's
pause
because
on
it's
that. Let's get
easier
I'm
to
okay,
with the
hold
process.
shits
on.
all
today.
right.
I'm with the shits today. I'm
Let's
sorry.
get back to sucking.
Listen,
Are we
I
talking about
told you.
toes? We
Look,
talking about
I
toes,
told you.
assholes, pussy lips, lips,
I
nipples? Which
listen.
one?
No, don't say that. But
Oh.
you could say another word.
Oh, well,
Don't
chocolate,
say.
listen, baby,
I'm just
I
playing.
promise.
This is gonna be on
Okay, cool.
private, so we
But
are good.
chocolate, what Ophelia
Yeah.
said when she came on and she was like, she don't feel like it's a war or a battle. She just feel like it's a lot of people that's not happy. And I agree with that, right? To me,
Well,
that's the best
yeah,
way of saying it.
yeah.
Like it's a lot of disgruntled people, a lot of people that ain't healing from their trauma
Mm,
and whatever their issues are, you know what I'm saying? And they're just projecting it. And it's like a projection trauma bond fest. You know what I'm saying? And these
exactly.
Yeah.
spaces.
And all those rooms that you're talking about, everybody's
Mm-hmm.
talking about what the problems are with everybody else. You never,
Mm-hmm.
ever hear them talk about what's wrong with themselves
No
or what
self-reflection
they need to be
whatsoever.
doing different and bringing to the table different. It's always about, well, I do this and I do that. And I've gone in those rooms and
Right.
said point blank, every damn one of you tell me, according, if I'm to take you at your word, you are all walking on water. You are the best man. You are the dominant alpha. You are all these things. But I haven't met a man yet who hasn't told me that they're all those things. And then
If
4 months, 5 months, 6 months down the road, it
They
all falls
crazy.
apart. And then I'm the problem. And it's like, excuse me, I've
if
been the
you
same
listen,
damn
Right.
person from the
But
get
that's the
go.
same
And
in the
if you
spaces.
get to know me as, time goes on and there's something you don't like,
Right.
that's why you are dating. That's why you are
If
spending time with each other.
you
And that
if
doesn't make you lesser than anything. It just makes you not their cup of tea. And there ain't
Right.
no loss in that.
exactly,
Exactly.
if you
I
listen to
don't. And
people,
to your point,
I'm apologies. Go ahead.
no, go ahead, baby. You good? We
If you
talking.
listen to people, if you listen to people list out their problems to what they have with either the opposite sex or the same sex when it comes to relationships, they're actually talking about themselves.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Every
the
time.
secret. So
That's the deflection.
when you hear men and women, oh, I don't like no nigga that this. Either one, you're talking about past experiences, aka
Right.
relationships, or this is how you somewhat feel about men. And then when you hear some guy say, oh, I don't like when women this. Same situation. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
a woman should this, a man should that. First of all, how can you say these things when you don't? I don't know what it means to be a woman, so I don't know what a woman should be doing. I can tell you what
Right.
it means to be a man. Excuse me for one
Well,
second.
and I'm more than my sex. I am way more of a human being and a person that brings more stuff to the table than the fact that I happen to be a female walking around on this planet. I am
Right. You're
way
more
more
than a
than the race
vagina.
that I am. I am way more than the mom that I am. I am way more of the business person that I
Oh,
am. All
so
those things
many
come into play
facets.
at different points in time. And we
Mm-hmm.
all got
Exactly.
shortcomings at different times. Our best is never always 100%. And you got to either learn
Right.
to be forgiving and understanding and self fucking reflective. And there's so many
Exactly.
people
There you
that do not
go.
have that ability because they walk on water and they are out there solving the world's problems day in and day out, having the
Honey,
same damn conversation on the same damn platform with the same damn people every single day. I just can't.
Girl,
I'm on
not
your
Ophelia
platform
say she
because you
tired.
guys have.
well, I
She say
am
she
because
is
I
I'm
come
on
in
your
tired.
like
platform because I have seen you
five
have
dams was in
quality
here.
conversation. It's
Yeah, it's
true.
exhausting
Well,
though.
you
It
know
is
what?
very draining.
That is exactly why I wanted to do this, because it was just like there's never a space where you don't feel like, oh, I better be on my toes because somebody's about to threaten me. So I will ask,
Right.
and I'm gonna say this: my audience is not used to me being rowdy, so we're gonna keep it PG-17 if that's okay. All right,
In
that's
general,
all
you're
I
not a
ask.
very rowdy person from what I've seen in the panels. Like you can be very
No.
assertive, right? And you can and you'll double down if you truly believe in something. But in general,
Mm-hmm.
I haven't I even when you've been upset, I still haven't seen you just be way like out the way disrespectful. And so
Girl,
even in
no.
that regard, and that's why sometimes even with me it's important to continue to feed that positivity because it's easy to feed negativity, but to your
Well,
whole thing
yeah.
about that the live, personally, I
I
personally I found it disgusting, and it was
it
sad,
was very.
because what's going to happen is it's going to take away from what women are really trying to stand on concerning
It's
this situation. To me, it's
right.
just backtracking. To me, it's just going to give trans people who are already in a place of hurt more fuel to say, oh, see,
Here's
we are
something
attacked,
else.
we are vulnerable,
Yeah.
people are bullying us. Because regardless of what people say, regardless to if it was valid points in that conversation, that was straight
Hmm.
up bullying, in my opinion. My thing is,
It was
me,
crazy.
I have energy when need
Yes.
be, but you will never see
Hmm.
me swinging
That
and
was
kicking
just
at a person who has not
disgusting.
done anything
Wow.
to me. I'm all
Anything.
about return and smoke. First of all, Neve is chill as ever for the people who wondering.
That was
Her
the
name is
first time,
Neve.
and
She is
I had seen
chill
her,
from the
and
few
I
times
never questioned. Right, I never questioned. I don't see a person and go, "Is that a man or a woman?" Like I don't
because it
have
ain't even the
time to do
topic.
this.
That's what I don't be understanding, because it's not. First of all, her being a trans woman wasn't even the topic. And she didn't,
Right.
and I, and because like, okay, so I've only seen her a few times, right? But the few times
Mm-hmm.
I've seen her, that isn't the highlight of her conversation, because she is more than just a trans woman. She is bringing conversation to the panels, and it's not circled around her
Right.
sexuality or what she identify as. And so what I've realized is people are going to get confused. And so what some of these men with these ulterior, whatever their issues are, they gonna use that as fuel to say, "Oh, okay, well, see, y'all supporting them, but y'all complaining about them." First of all, to be clear, I'm complaining about disrespectful ass men in wigs, and I
Hello.
said
I
what I
don't care
said.
nothing
Ain't
about
nobody talking about people
right.
who minding their
I
business
don't
and not
care.
bothering nobody and not telling
Somebody is
nobody
getting it,
that
and
I'm
I'm
not a
happy
woman.
with you.
I
Hold
don't
on,
know, but
Miss
it
J.
sounds yummy. Whoever crunching.
Right. I don't know what you eating. Sound
Right
good.
over there eating like a
I'm so
motherfucker.
sorry.
God
No, I was moving. I
damn.
apologize. I apologize. I was moving bags of wedding
It
dresses,
sound
guys.
like
I'm sorry.
chips.
That was
Sound
me.
like some
No,
chips,
Right.
hot fries. She was
my
tearing them up.
bad.
No, you
Some
No,
good.
some
I
people
was
have a
away from my mute button. That was me. My
some
bad.
people
I'm
have an
so
air about
sorry.
them. Some people have an air about themselves where they just want to see the world burn, and in doing so, they tend to go after any and everyone who presents themselves as a person. So, like, I don't understand why people do that, but more so than ever, I'm not gonna say expect, but I'm pretty much sure that everyone can defend themselves in some type of capacity. But
Right.
that's also on the same side of the coin. I don't like it when people specifically go after other people because they presume that they're going to get offended or that someone's going to say something about
To
them.
me, she offended people just by being there, which is wild to me, right? And regardless of what people say, they can say whatever they want to say. I feel like some of that, um earlier in the conversation, chocolate, I feel like some of that was just plain insecurity, because you saw they was reviewing the video, right? And to
Mm-hmm.
me, like, even from reviewing the video, what they were showing,
Right.
people were shooting little shots at her, shooting little shots at her,
Yes, I was in this.
shooting little
I was.
shots. And first of all, the little bit that I've seen from her, oh, if you
Mm-hmm.
want smoke, she could bring it. And she could bring it. Like, but I can imagine she's already heard and seen plenty of stuff. But they feel like
Mm-hmm.
just because you saying, oh, okay, that's wrong, that's not cool, that you support
Right.
whatever. It's like, no, these are two different things.
It's
I don't
either
subscribe to
one or the
anybody being
other.
bullying. I don't subscribe
Right.
to people being bullied, period. It
We
doesn't, even the
tell.
people I don't like.
Right. We tell our children not to bully. We tell our children to stand up to bullies. You can't say that a lot of this doesn't stem over. Manhood again is a construct just like womanhood. In different parts of the world, it means different things. In different parts of the country, it means different things because human beings have the ability to be so versatile and so complicated, but also so simple. But when it comes to us in this space and when we bring in sex, whether it is what you like, what you don't like, um, if you have a preference, now you want to throw the other people away, go be with who you want to be with.
It's really simple.
But what happens is I need to bloviate. I need to throw my peacock feathers out and let you know I'm a man and you want this and it's you better do what I say or you ain't gonna get this. And it's like, bruh.
That's
A
not a
lot of people
man.
be up here on their
That's
cathartic
not
type
a
stuff though.
that's not a
But I will
man.
say,
A boisterous man is not a man. Just because I do this or I got this or I make this or I have this or I'm about to come into this, what does that sound like? That sounds like you're just a trophy collector, and now you just want everyone to see your pretty
isn't it?
sparkly.
Hmm.
Isn't it though?
What?
Think about how
Well,
many
here's
guys would bring
yeah.
girls around. I'm almost done. Would bring girls around and only for the other guys. Not
Well,
because
here's
he
the.
was into the girl.
Mhm.
He was bringing her around to prove it to the dudes that I could get her.
Look at this baddie.
Here's the double sided aspect to it. Just because I bring chocolate, if I bring you into a room full of women, right? Are the other women going to get jealous? Yeah. Are the other dudes going to be like, damn, bro? Yeah. But at the same time, that's one
Well,
thing
thanks.
for me to bring you into a room as my woman, as my wife, as your partner, as your mate. It's another thing for me to sit back and be like, y'all bitches ain't shit. Y'all ain't heard this, did. That's one thing.
Right. And that's exactly what
You know what I'm
happens.
saying?
Yes,
So
that's
it's
what's going
also
on
another thing.
though.
And Simon, I'm gonna just use you as an example. It's one thing for me and Simon to be we're both bachelors, right? We sitting in the room, it's a whole bunch of ladies, and we just in there doing our thing. I was smoking my cigar, he's drinking his drink. Not there's no conflict or no boasting of what I have or what he has. We just there in the present. It's another thing, aka dirty macking, if I sit here and be like, oh, you drive this, I drive that. Oh, the ladies see you with this, they see me with this. Oh, I got this, you got that's not a man. A man that sit back and boaster about his achievements is actually a coward. He's just trying to overcompensate what he's actually worth with what he got. See, just because you have materialistic possessions does not make you a man. The same goes for a woman. Just because you have materialistic possessions does not make you a woman. Again, I cannot stand when people sit back and boast about what they have because guess what? You can have it today and it can be gone tomorrow because it took you some time to get to where you are. It takes grace to be humble, to be comfortable with what you have and be thankful for it, and how you can use your blessing to then share with others to help them get to where they are trying to go. When you destroy your blessing and you poison it and you sit back and you put it out in front of the world to see to let them know that this is what you have, you're not doing anything. You're just shouting at the top of the mountain that you got to. I climbed Mount Everest. Look at me. Cool. A cold wind is gonna come and blow your ass off the top of that mountain. Now what?
And that's the thing, if y'all notice in these
Simon,
spaces,
what's
these
that?
conversations don't leave room for
Yeah.
life experiences, life, like things that happen in life. Like
No,
they just have this blueprint
we don't
and the
want your
blueprint's supposed to go. It's like these
anecdotal
dudes are crazy. Like,
information.
right. Like, dude, what
But
if your legs
everybody's
fall off? You
anecdotal
still gonna be this
matters.
protector and
What?
provider if you up here a whole
Right,
paraplegic
Poppy.
sitting up in this chair? Like, what is going on? And
I
so
gotta
they
roll you
amaze me.
around.
Right. Like, how does
It
that work
it
then?
it is it is the audacity for me. It is the entitlement to something on my body that you have. Some of y'all don't even know how to. You can't name the parts
I
of
thought you
it.
said PG-17. I can't
I
go X
did. I
rated.
didn't say
Girl, why
anything.
you
Right
saying
now.
that while this
So
man up
Girl,
listen.
go
here?
sit right there.
Listen. You know
I'm
how I am.
what?
I got the bad girls room
Listen.
upstairs, the suspension system, the cattails, the
I'm moving.
handcuffs, the
Wait a minute. Wait a
I'm
minute. I'm
moving
going
to
on
the
mute.
left.
all right. All right. Just
See,
I
Shit.
just want to make
Ray,
sure I'm
what are
showing
you
respect
talking
to your
about?
panel because if you what am I
Thank you.
talking about?
I
You didn't know what
No,
appreciate
not
it.
you.
handcuffs
I
and
No, no,
appreciate
no,
it.
cattails
not you. No,
and a
no. The
ball
lady
gag
said
is?
like dudes are crazy.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah. I mean,
Go ahead,
that's
Simon. What would
that's.
you like to say, please?
She said dudes are crazy. I was just kind of interested in understanding why she said that, because it's
Hmm.
like that's
Really?
a really
Yes, ma'am.
anecdotal thing. It's a really anecdotal thing. It's like
Do I need to put this out?
your perspective
No, you're
is
fine.
like
Okay.
your perspective is um, the dudes that you've dealt with are crazy. Like not all dudes are crazy. So
We don't
like
have to say that. That's not an argument, Simon. And I hear men say no disrespect, But of course, I know that I'm not lumped into all women, but I am a woman. I'm unique in my own right, but I still am a woman. The three of us up here could probably give you enough information and stories about the women that
You don't need to
spiderweb
give
out
me
that we
shit. Like at the
know.
end of the day,
Hold
like
on, Simon.
yo,
Hold on. All I'm saying
okay,
is, don't you not this
yo,
time. That argument of it's not all men. We've got some wonderful men in the
you're
chat.
not
We got
married.
some
You're not
wonderful men
married,
up
right?
here.
Hey, come
It
on.
doesn't matter if I was ever
Let's break
married.
this
What's that
down.
mean?
You're not married.
What does that
So,
mean?
and your
You've
point.
never been married.
Hold on,
What
we're
does
gonna
that
let
mean?
Simon have this.
So okay, so I was on the panel like I think yesterday, and I think it was Moy. He was saying the same thing. He's like 39 years old, and he was saying like he has not been married and he wants to do certain things. Okay, and he said um, he wants 8 children through 2 women. That's
That's four
to
piece. That's
most
a four piece.
to most men. I would say that's I don't know.
My grandfather
It's kind of
had
like a
10
mount.
kids. He
That's not
raised
the
10
point. It's
children.
like if you're 39 years old, how are you gonna do that? So like
Um,
we're grown people, right? On this panel, we're all grown people. You know, like being real. How are you actually gonna do that? Like, I mean, it's it's beyond me because like if you
People take care of
don't
big families all the time. There are men who
that yeah, but
want to be that role.
at 39, 40 years old, like dealing with one child is a big deal
You talking about as a man?
in general.
No, in general, parenting is tough at any age. I honestly do think that men have a little bit more wiggle room when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, having kids. I do feel like men have more wiggle room. So I feel
Oh,
like y'all can start a little bit later.
How does
Jay,
that
come on. I
work?
was in love, baby. Why you say that?
I'm just saying I do, and I don't get me wrong. I started all over. I have a 21-year-old and I got a 7-year-old. You know what I'm saying? So
How old are you?
old enough.
Oh,
Nah,
How you be
come
asking
on.
these
I
hey,
questions
ain't
Nidus.
to
asking you.
Hey,
people
Nidus,
who
what's
don't
I'm
up?
know
asking a
You
straight
that?
up
good? You
question.
good, Nidus?
Nightish,
What's going on, G?
Hey,
welcome.
Nightish.
You
I'm just
What say
here
you,
so I don't get
sir?
fined.
just here
You
so you don't
you
get
just here so
fined?
you don't get fined. I'm not dealing with Nidus. Nidus been on the
Yes,
road. I don't know what y'all
yes,
done did
that's
to my
my
baby, but I don't
boy.
appreciate it. I don't appreciate
No,
it.
he's
Yo,
Nidus, your
one of my
contract
one
says.
of the
nice.
best dudes in the
I know,
world. He,
but I have to laugh at
yes,
him because I've been gone for months and
he's
I come back
hilarious.
and he just hell on wheels right now. I don't know what y'all
Nidus,
did to my baby since I've been gone.
You've been
Nidus, your
going for months,
contract
so
says
You
you
what?
too.
have to
What are you
make.
You
talking about?
Nidus,
That's
your contract
nice.
says you have to make at least 3 media appearances a week. At least three.
Well, I'm honored, Nightish. Thank you for coming up to my panel. I want to hear all the gentlemen are more than
Salute,
welcome. Y'all know that. So,
salute,
Nightish, what
salute,
say
salute.
you?
about battle of the sexes. Is it a battle of the sexes, or is it just a battle on
We are
YouTube?
discussing. No, it is a battle of the sexes because we are. You inspired me when I watched your show the other night and I was doing some more digging. And then today, when I was on a few panels, it kind of made me feel a certain type of way like, why are we talking to each other this way? We're behind avatars or we might be on camera, but damn, just the basic respect is completely gone. Like, a woman's duty is to sleep with you. You are entitled to the kitty no matter what. Why are women saying no? And I'm like, and I'm hearing men say, well, yeah, because they say no. I'm tired of hearing no all the time. Maybe you stink. Maybe you have a shitty personality. Maybe you're scary. Have you looked in the mirror and checked yourself first before you blame women for why you're not having any kind of relationships? And it's not just the incels, these are grown men who profess, hey, I'm single, and women keep telling me no, and it's all your fault. What's the problem?
Um, that's not my testimony, so I can't relate to all that no saying, but it sounds good. Simon, can you help me to understand this better? Maybe if I hear it from a male
Yeah, I mean,
man,
some of these niggas out here are stinking. I mean, I understand that, and I
do you
think
think it's a hygiene thing, like she said?
from a female perspective, because I know they need to get some air. That's why they wear dresses. But
Oh, so just the women stink is what you're saying?
Excuse me.
What
Wait,
the
what?
hell was that? Simon,
Stop it with
you,
the shits, honey.
Simon,
What kind of
Simon.
stinky ooh wee you been around? That's horrifying.
He
But
messed with
Welcome
them
to
listen,
the
girls.
I don't want
He
to
neighborhood.
get on
yeah,
people's
it's
hygiene like that,
horrifying.
right?
he messed
It
with
is
them girls that got
horrifying.
it. He messed with them girls that
No,
got a
I'm
green
using it
dancer
as
discharge.
But
So
I'm
chocolate, let me
speaking
can
ask
I
you
to.
something
comment?
though. Yeah, go
Did
ahead. I'll go
somebody
on
did
Oh
mute.
somebody
yes.
say something about eating ass?
What's wrong with eating
Uh,
ass?
I'm just
No, we
wondering.
are
I don't know
PG
if I heard that or
17
not.
night dish.
Oh,
No, you didn't
see,
hear that,
This
sir.
is NC-17.
No.
You said
yeah,
NC
Mm,
this is for
17, please.
okay,
Thank
okay.
you.
okay,
mm.
But
This
if
is
it's
for
NC
actual,
17, then that means he could say everything.
exactly. I was waiting
No,
on
it's
somebody to
Uh-uh,
not
catch it.
girl.
I was waiting
true.
on somebody to catch
No, it's
I'm
not.
finna jump out the
NC
window.
17 is
it. Hey, come
not
on now.
it. Y'all, that is
NC
not true.
17 means
Stop
it's
it.
all
No,
the way
that
out.
is what NC 17 means. You said somebody else said
But
PG 17.
Mm.
Listen, girl,
oh no, it's
just
PG
say PG.
13.
Just say
Yeah.
PG.
NC
PG.
Okay,
NC 17 is
please.
anything short of what
All
you
right.
would
I
find that would be
changed.
completely disgusting.
I changed
Yeah,
it.
I'm just
Lord.
saying for the sake of
There we
clarity.
go.
You
Yeah,
gonna
we
get
got
me some of
Listen,
them
I'm gonna have to
cigars,
get me a
bro?
Patreon so we could do the. Then I don't care. Like it's on and popping. So I have to get that together. Um,
mhm.
I guess, and what's so cool is that I'm assuming. Don't hate me if I'm wrong. Um, we have different age ranges up here with the men that are up here, correct?
Mhm.
And so
Yes,
with
I'm the
that
youngest.
comes some wisdom. I thought so. 25 all day, sir. Um,
That's right.
where
Yeah,
If
is
you
I
that
dyed this
if you
gray just to
line?
be
25, if
mysterious.
you 25, I'm 17. Try that again.
Then you
Mm.
can't be up here, sir. You have to go. You gotta be
Exactly.
18
It's
or
been
up
so
now.
much fun. Love y'all. Yeah.
Women get in trouble too. Look, women
You
can go
gonna
to
get in
jail.
trouble with them?
Then we already had a conversation too about be churning, harassing older women. Like, leave us alone. But go
Yeah,
ahead.
leave me
Child,
alone.
I got stories. But anyway,
I'm gonna be your
I will
Persian.
let you and Simon have it. I'd like you guys to kind of give us an idea. What is that like on the other side of it when you are in a relationship with someone? And if the sex isn't good or if you're just finding out how she is, are you willing to tell her that it ain't no good, that maybe
Yes.
we need not to do this?
Yes.
Can I
Facts.
Yes.
ask a quick question before the fellas get started? And with that
No,
being said, I
Leanne.
just
Oh,
kind of
I'm
want to
sorry.
add
Hold on,
on
fellas.
to it.
Hold on,
No, I
fellas.
just want to add on to what you're
Hold on,
saying.
Just Jay.
Oh,
Oh,
okay,
go
go ahead.
ahead. And then Leanne, you got it. No, no, no. Go ahead,
Well, the only
Jay.
thing I want to
Leanne, you
add
got it.
on to is when the fellas do talk, if they could be honest, if a woman was holding out, just be honest if you wasn't doing what you were supposed to do or if you was effing up. That's all I'm
Well,
saying. I
she
just want the
holding
fellas to
out.
be
What is it that
honest.
I'm supposed to be doing?
I mean, just in general, as a man, like you already know if she wasn't giving it up, if you had done pissed her off, if you wasn't acting right, if you
Well, I
was
do
running the
that from the
streets,
gate.
et cetera, et cetera. So I just want some
Make it
transparency. Is
spicy.
all I'm saying. I'll go.
Okay.
I'll
I'll
go
give
on
you.
mute. Go
I'll
ahead.
give you. I'll give you some
Thank you, Just.
transparency.
Thank you, sweetie. Let Leanne go, and then gentlemen, you got it. We all are gonna be
Okay,
on
my
you.
bad. Go ahead.
Leanne, what did you want to add, babe?
I just think we're talking about multiple different spectrums here. There's a difference if somebody's holding out and they're in a long term relationship and there's something going south in the relationship, they're not getting along, the woman just isn't feeling the connection and the situation. Then I think more often than not, and this is my assumption, is that these are people that are trying to start quote unquote relationships and they want to get into the sexual part from the get go, and the woman is trying to find out who this person is and whether or not this is something that they want to involve themselves in. And I think it has to do with a disconnect of expectations, probably more so than who's the gatekeeper. And I think there's a lot of guys out there that are frustrated because they feel the woman is the gatekeeper in that sense, because in truth they are.
women are the gatekeepers.
Thank you,
When it comes
Leanne. So you
women,
guys got it. Go ahead.
yes, women are the gatekeepers when it comes to sex because the moment that a woman says no, if you do anything further past that, you can find yourself in legal ramifications, and no man wants that. The other side of that coin is, well, the way that I was raised is the saying goes, women hold the keys to sex, men hold the keys to relationship. You can't force me into a relationship that I don't want, right? And I can't force you to have sex when you don't want to. You ask for me to be transparent, I'll be transparent. Hell, in my marriage, that's part of the reason. Well, that's the primary reason why my marriage broke down. Not because the sex was bad. And when I asked her, I said, "Can I ask you a question?" She said, "Yeah." I said, "Why did you cheat on me? Why are we going through this divorce?" She was like, "You want the honest answer?" I said, "Yeah." She's like, "You work too much. You work way too fucking much." So I would be gone 3 to 4 to 5 days at a time because I was working in the oil fields. And then when I come home, yeah, she's happy to see me, but she knows within 12 to 24 hours, I'll be right back at the door and I'll be gone for 3 to 4 or 5 more days. So my absence is what pretty much killed the relationship. Hence, what ended up causing her to become uh, very upset, and it caused us to have a lot of friction because when I would want some, she'd be like, "But I wanted some 2 days ago, so now you want some," and like any type of delegation from what it is I'm trying to do for us turns me the fuck off. So I just like, you know what? Fine, fuck it. And then now here comes the attitude, here comes the arguments. Next thing you know, divorce. So that's something that I had to learn, that work life balance. That's what they call it, work life balance. I had to learn to be, and also put myself in a position to where I can have that time to be with the lady who I'm going to be with. So that way it won't be no conjunction or headache as to why it is you always at work and you never here. You see what I mean? So it plays a role.
Well, and it's about the conversations that go along with that, isn't it? Because
Yeah.
she should have had the wherewithal to have that conversation with you before she stepped out, and you needed to have the ability to hear it for her perspective, not just a criticism like, well, man, I'm working and you're wanting to be mad that I'm not here. Not saying that that's what you would do, but that conversation isn't as easy of a one to have as it should be, because that's the conversation that brings two people to the table to talk about the status and the quality of the relationship for both parties involved, and not just the complaints that go back and forth, which is kind of what those conversations we're talking about do. They throw they throw the complaints back and forth, but they don't have the meat of the conversation between the people involved. And
Mhm.
and that's the hard shit. That's the stuff. It's the communication. That's the relationship stuff that I think women are after. And then and so the sexual part comes secondary. And that's the hard shit. That's the hard shit that
Mhm.
people need to wrap their heads around.
Well,
Well, that's
yes,
what,
you.
to your point, Leanne, it is like the one thing we have to also understand is, and I love the way you put it, but the truth of the matter is a lot of people don't have that ability or don't even
Mhm.
want to get that deep into it where they want to understand their desires and their wants. Who are y'all when the lights are off and ain't nobody else there? You're not online, you're not this, you're not that. It's
Mhm.
just you and that person. Why not fight for something that is positive and loving? But I'm gonna let the men have it. I'm loving the conversation. Thank you for what you said, and you guys keep
The other part to that
going.
was also, and this is something I had to really conflict within myself, was, well, not conflict, I really had to confront within myself, was, is that I was immature because I thought, happy wife, happy life, right? So I bring home the bacon, you cook the bacon, I give you the love, you give me some love, and we keep it pushing. That's just in my immature state. I thought that's the way a relationship is supposed to work. What I had to find out was, just because that may be the basis or the blueprint of relationship, every relationship is not the same. So what I read in one book or what I hear from one person or what I perceive or witness from another couple does not necessarily work for my relationship. So in my
For
marriage,
sure.
and this is something that I go by now, and it's very harsh when I say it, and a lot of women don't like it when I say it, but I just give them the honest to God truth just up front. I like as little negativity as possible, if not non-existent whatsoever. and I just like to communicate. Communication brings out a lot. You can understand each other on so many different levels. But as men, we have to have that willingness to communicate. As women, I can't tell y'all what to do or how to communicate. I just know when it comes for me, I don't like to be nagged. Nagging is the most irritating thing in my fucking life. And I just can't do it. Now, I had a conversation, or I had a debate, which almost, well, it did turn into an argument with one of my listeners. And she hit me up and she was like, "So, what did you mean by nagging?" I'm like, "Okay, nagging. If you bring a situation or a problem or a concern or a conversation to me, and we have this conversation, unfortunately, within myself, because I know myself enough to tell the truth, I am a fixer. So you can't bring something to me and I not address it and give you a solution or three solutions. And then you want to then become argumentative that you don't want a solution, you just want me to listen. Now I'm emotionally checked out. And that's a bad thing on my part. But I know that enough about myself and to also be honest enough with another woman to tell her, hey, look, listen, I'm with you 100% of the way. But when you bring something to me, it's just naturally within me to try to fix it. How can I call you my woman and you are my pride and joy? You're the one I want to spend the rest of my life with. If I want to try to help you with everything that you are trying to do, but when I offer you the help, it's not like I didn't want the help. I just wanted you to listen. Oh, okay, well, cool. I'm out. What you mean you out? Yeah, yeah.
Well, Nightish, what do you say, sir? Cause you look like you was about to nod away.
I'm
Say
not nodding
you.
away. I'm stretching my neck. I don't do that
All
much
right,
talking.
let's
I try to
go.
get everything, the foundation established, and hopefully you understand what that foundation is. And if it's some nuances and tweaks that need to be made, you might gonna have to be the one to do it because I'm kind of like black and white. It's not complicated to me, and I do understand what Will is saying about trying to fix things when somebody's saying something to you. But I learned early on in my marriage that a lot of the time it is just sit and listen. It's But if people understand genders, men don't really like sitting still. That's a woman thing. So me sitting to me is work. I'm willing to do the work, but then I want to be what's the five love languages? I want the affirmation that you understood that I sat there and watched that ballet or that rom com or listen to whatever it is you were talking about thoroughly and I can repeat it back to you, but I don't want to be tested on it. I don't
Mhm.
want a
That's funny.
quiz every now and then to see if I forgot this simple thing you asked me to do that's easy to do and keep it pushing, or to just sit there and go, yes, I understand what you're going through. I'm not a lady, so I won't react to it the same way, but I do understand what you're going through.
Well, that's a great answer. Thank you for sharing that. Simon, what say you?
I don't understand what people are going through.
But you were speaking to it. You were saying when you said to me, I'm not married, right? So, no, I'm not. I've been engaged twice. But I knew that these men weren't right for me. So I ended those relationships.
Yeah.
A lot of people ask me why. Why this, why that? Um, I don't have to wait for someone to do something horrible to me to know that you and I are not compatible.
Yeah. Exactly.
I
So
ask questions. I
I
want to know. I want to know what you want and what you like, what you don't like.
I
But
ain't about to
again,
pussyfoot about that shit. So
well, like I said, a lot of these men are, and to the point that was said earlier, a lot of these men are chasing a fantasy still that they've been having since they balls dropped. Excuse my language. But the
mhm.
truth be told, sometimes that
Wait a minute, you can say sexy stuff, and well, mine was too raunchy. Okay, I pull back.
You're
I
just
was
being
about to go
fat to
there,
sissy,
Nighters, but
bro.
I'm gonna be
Nah,
respectful.
she's speaking real. Like you're being fat to sissy.
I
I don't
care,
know.
I
You're,
care,
you're
I
still like
care.
60
But
or something. I don't know.
but what
So
I'm saying is that when you look at how we look at relationships and how we deal with them, um, it doesn't go together with the action. It's almost like, okay, if you want to teach your son to be a gentleman, right? We use that terminology. Well, you're supposed to wait. Don't rush. Don't push. Don't. even if you desire this, don't be too aggressive. You have to have a balance. That's some men, right? But now we have groups of men in different age groups who are saying things like, I'm entitled to the kitty and she should not be able to say no, especially if I put a ring on her finger. And that's scary. I mean,
Okay,
in
all
all
right. So,
honesty,
all
it
right,
is.
okay, all right. So
Mm-hmm. All
what you're
right.
talking?
What is
Okay,
that?
so what you're talking about is something that is partitioned to a certain segment of the community, and this is the problem we have. We try to mix and blend. We try to be friends with everybody. You can't be friends with everybody.
I
Like,
don't know if anybody else is he just super low. Is it that something wrong with my headphone?
He's just super low.
That could be
Yeah,
good then, because
he
we don't
ain't
know what
down
Simon
low, but he's
said,
just super low.
I'm
and we
done.
don't know that other
Okay.
part though.
Well,
Well,
I'm
I'm trying to give him grace.
overexcited.
He ain't down low. He just low.
His your
Go
volume.
ahead,
not
Simon. Continue, please.
nightish. You were super low at one point, so just appreciate that people have to come in at certain
But I'm
points.
me though.
Oh
Don't.
Lord, here we go.
Okay, really, come on. Like,
Please, boys, don't fight. Let's get on with the
yeah, but this is
conversation.
the problem with the community. Like, there's no community because people
That's
do that.
not true,
They do that
Simon.
slight
There's a
shit. They
community.
do that slight shit. We're not actually working together unless people are putting some fucking cash in their fucking apps. Okay, for real. And that's where they get their rocks off. And this is why I was talking about the whole rocks
Especially
off
me,
thing.
baby. I get so turned on when I hear that phone buzz.
Of course you do, Biggie.
You didn't call me out. Let me
Yeah,
just let my freak flag fly. Make
I'll
that
tell you why.
phone
No,
buzz, damn it.
I'll tell you why you did that. Because you've wasted your life
Stop.
away, bro. Like, I don't need to do that shit. Like, you are an old dude
Here we go.
Simon.
begging.
Wait, hold on, wait, no,
Simon.
hold on, hold on, wait.
You're an old
Notice, wait, no,
dude
wait, hold on,
begging, bro.
Simon. I'm gonna let you get back to it. But ladies, and chat,
Oh, you can hear
I
me
want
now,
y'all to
right?
hold on.
I'm
I
not
want y'all to
low.
hold
I'm not
on.
low anymore. Okay,
I
cool.
want y'all to
You're
understand something.
still low.
Hold up, Nightish.
I
Hold up.
think you should check out and come back in.
I want y'all to
Oh,
understand something.
yo,
I
bro,
just
don't
said
even
something
say that.
about 5 to 10 minutes ago and just realize how it's gonna play out. We don't have to say anything, we're just gonna let it happen.
All right.
Remember what I said. See, ladies, I'm gonna give you a secret. When men, when there's a guy and a man going back and forth, you can tell whose position is whose. And all you have to do is rest in your femininity. You just be like, that was amazing.
Well, you see, this babbler hasn't said one word.
Oh
Come
my
on now,
God, just
Juicy
Jay,
J.
I love you. Thank you
And
for
you
coming
know,
back.
we need the good brother to rest in his masculinity.
Now, fuck you, bro. That's how I do. I'm like, fuck
Si-
you. Because like
Chocolate.
you don't even know me like that. So at the end of the day, what you could do, as I said to you before, I've sent you like super chats and all the rest of it, and you ain't really reacted. But I've seen you on whole live streams, like just going, okay, I'm gonna take this, uh,
So Simon, are
super
you
chat.
hurt because he didn't acknowledge your super chats?
No, I just think it's wrong. I just think it's wrong because you could actually just tap into one person, and sometimes they
Okay.
can provide you with something that
No, I'm an
provides you with
equal
all of that.
opportunity offender though, Simon.
I know, but nice.
And all
Like,
you doing is giving me content. I'm gonna chop this up right here. I'm gonna ask
you can do what the
Miss
fuck you want.
Chocolate,
I'm
is it
just
okay that I
saying
take these little
that
sound
makes
Simon,
you
bites?
look.
Simon, don't
And
be
That
I'm gonna
makes you
make
look.
a
emotional.
mix.
How?
Simon, don't be
No,
It's
emotional.
gonna be a
no.
mix of you crying in a red shirt
Don't be
Yeah,
emotional,
just
with
Simon.
violins and
no.
everything else. Nightish
Yo,
wouldn't acknowledge me.
yo. I
When
know
we
you
spent
got.
a whole day together, just me and you, Simon, you said
I,
everybody else rejected me. I'm gonna mix it up. I'm gonna take a little bit of the crying you did on mine, this crying right here. I'm gonna do a mix, a remix. But go ahead.
okay.
What
All
else did
right.
I miss doing?
I know that you've got problems.
Oh,
I know
Don't.
that your family have problems. I know that
wow.
I know that you can't actually
Okay,
access
so
health
as the host,
services,
not
and
necessarily
that's
a
why you're
There
woman,
we
all
but as
go.
the host,
begging chat
Simon,
apps. Okay,
Simon,
bro. So
Simon,
don't even go there with me,
Simon,
bro.
Simon.
I'll
Please don't make
fucking
me.
snap you up in a second. Like
Simon,
don't go there with me.
Simon. No, no, no. Leanne, what you doing now, girl?
Do you do
I
bounty
feel you.
rules on your do you do bounty rules on your channel?
You know what? I am new to doing it like this. Usually I'm maybe have one or two people and I'm talking
Okay.
about something else. But this is something I wanted to try and see, and I really am overwhelmed and appreciative of everybody that came. I didn't even think, this many people would come. But
Mhm.
I um I don't want
Now,
you to this is a
I'm just
conversation
sitting
you
here
guys need to have
listening.
behind the scenes. Right. I would appreciate it if
I
you
love
and
nice. I'm
him
just saying. I love
I
nice.
would
You know. I'm just
appreciate
saying.
it if you would have that conversation behind the scenes and we can stick to the topic. Please. Thank you. Gentlemen, you
see
have
how
it.
that femininity just quailed all of that. Love it. That's why I love my
Let's
son.
see if it works.
It's not gonna work, but we're gonna let it rock. So, with that being said, when it comes to I don't like Jesus Christ. What was that? When it comes to the whole, and I hear this a lot when it comes to the whole battle of the sexes thing. Why does there have to be a battle? Right? Communication is easy to come by and it's also easy to have, but we cannot allow our own personal emotions to drown out the conversation. And that comes from men and women. When you pour your and it's hard to do, and it's for everybody. It's hard to do because when you are speaking or projecting in a way where you're not trying to give away your own personal life, but you're more so just trying to speak from experience. What tends to happen is we allow our emotions to come in because these is personal things for us, especially when you're talking about your views, your perspectives, and all this, that, and the other. And when someone either challenges you on what it is that you went through in your life, or they try to, as everyone say, "Oh, I'm gonna call you out." How you gonna call me out on my life, right? But it doesn't need to be a battle of sex. It just needs to just be it's just a communication. Why can't we just rest easy on a plain Jane ground and just have the conversation?
I do believe that the reason I say battle is because there is this strategic background that
Mhm.
is heard behind these words, behind this vitriol, behind um, I've taken the time to go around, listen to the manosphere. I was actually introduced to it through my brother years ago, when Tommy Sotomayor was at his height. And I remember when he played this video for me, and I was like, "So, how do you feel about the things he's saying?" And so it kind of opened up a dialogue between my brother and I so that I can understand. I will I will always try to understand. It doesn't make me know exactly how a person feels. I'll never know what it's like for a man, through his eyes. But I will try to get as close as I can, especially if we're in a relationship, because I want to be that for you. Now, that is my personality. Now, do I, even though, as just Jay had said earlier, you can be as soft as a kitten when you are in the presence of someone you feel safe with, that you feel they're transparent with you. It is not so much as that we want men to sit around and cry and do all this stuff. It is the building block of, if you are my protector and if you feel that you want to be that presence in my life, then you have to surround me with that. That has to be me and you. That bubble needs to be nothing but me and you, and it can't no bullshit get between it, because we are communicating, we are being honest with each other, we do agree with our plans, or we like the same things, whether we're intimate or not. We're respectful. We trust one another, and that to me is the dynamic I don't hear. The romance, the hey, some women don't just because you pull yours out, that don't mean I'm ready to go. Like, there's some other things we're made differently, right? And that's where I hear the disingenuous, because it's like, stop pretending like you don't know. Women, there's a lot of women in this country who have never had an orgasm. They did a study on it. They did a panel of, like, I think it was like 100,000 women or something like that. Like, it was a small city, And I think it was like 70% of the women had never experienced it on their own or with their partner.
Mm.
And then that was the conversation of, is it mental? And hell yeah, it is. I think I will speak for some women and go, it is a mental thing. I need to feel desired the same way you need to feel desired. And so the communication comes when we both are transparent about how we get there together. So then it isn't a force. It isn't this, I'm gonna make you do this, or I'm gonna use sex as a weapon. It becomes a love language, right? It becomes the opportunity to go, okay, there are no more words I can say. I just want to show you physically how I feel about you. And I don't get why that's so hard to discuss or come around, because then it turns into, and I've heard it, oh no, women don't want that. They just want to, if I gave them $50,000, you don't have $50,000, sir. Because if you did, you would not be on here. Okay? So it doesn't make sense. We use these hypotheticals and then kind of use it as a weapon and go, okay, well that's why women are this and that, and but the entitlement is still there. You call us hoes, you call us all these different things. However, we're still supposed to be okay with being submissive with you
When
when you
you
don't make
saying,
us comfortable.
I'm
Go
sorry, I thought
ahead.
you was
No, no, no,
finished.
no, no. Go
Um,
ahead. You're good. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, guys. Before I go, do y'all want to chime in? I don't want to just overtake the conversation.
No, because I'm examining chocolate. Because me and chocolate gonna do an interview. We gonna tell the story of chocolate because I'm sensing something.
Hey, I'm a man. I'm gonna need you to go ahead and back up off chocolate. All right? Need you to go ahead and just stay in the easy lane. All right? I need you to stay over there.
No, no, sir.
I
No,
already
sir.
had.
No, sir.
Listen, I already got Trucker Yell on my bad side. We're trying to come at chocolate. I'm gonna need you. We good
I'm not
nighters.
coming at it. I'm just saying we're gonna do a deep
And yeah,
dive.
me first.
Excuse
No,
Me
it's
me.
not that.
I will say this. Go ahead and say what you needed to say before you have to go, and we will continue with the topic at hand. Thank you. Thank you
Go
very
ahead,
much.
Nugget.
Let's go.
He's wrapping up.
Hmm. Go ahead,
I
Nugget.
hear you, Jay.
No, it's your turn. I just was, interrupting like I do. That's my favorite.
It's okay. It's not a problem. Um,
Before you,
who's whispering?
I
That's
was
that's
starting to talk, but I
Ophelia
didn't want to
again.
interrupt you.
Oh no,
Go ahead,
go ahead. By
Ophelia,
all means,
please. Go
please.
ahead.
Comes across. The couple things that you had to say, Will, right? Is that your first name?
Yes, yes.
Okay. There's a couple of things that you said when you were talking about things in the relationship. It was like lack of maturity kind of thing. And one of the things that I've come to remind myself of, and I state with my kids and lots of people all the time, that my everybody has this idea of maturity as some kind of like level that you get to and that kind of thing. And I tend to view maturity as realizing that we're not as smart as we think we are. And maturity comes from learning to acknowledge that the things that we thought we knew weren't as true as we believed they were walking into it. And if we are a little more forgiving with ourselves and we look at it from that direction, it allows more room to grow and change. And also, in terms of I get what you're saying about, a woman saying to you that, they just want to talk to you about the problem. I think there's like different degrees of what that looks like, because I can relate to that pretty wholeheartedly. I run a business on my own. I've raised my kids on my own. So there's things that I want to have conversations about that I'm not necessarily looking for any man in my life to solve. And I think that is helped if you set up the conversation in that way. Like, listen, I just need to get some stuff off my chest. I'm a little frustrated. This is my thought process. I like your feelings on my thought process, but I'm not looking for an answer. If somebody were to come at you that way, does that change your view on the conversation from your male perspective?
No,
Love
not
the
at all.
question.
Not at all. I can have that conversation, but here I'll give you an example with the same example that you just used. Um, it was brought to me in the same way, exact way that you. What's your feelings about my thought? What's your feelings about this? Or you got like some type of way that you want to divulge into this. And all right, cool. I'll divulge into it. I'll because I'm invested, right?
Hmm.
Um, I can participate within the conversation 100% to the degree. But like Nida shared, and I'm glad that Nida said it because I didn't have a very good way of articulating it. I can participate. I'm not good at calling it back. Not because I don't care. It's just that I'm invested into the now. I can't hold on to the then because if I hold on to the then, I can't look forward to what's to come. So I can
Hmm.
participate in that. It's just it was staggering to me when it was brought to me and I offered my opinion and then it got twisted and I offered my opinion again and it got twisted again. Oh, you just don't care. It's not that I don't care. I'm offering to what it is that you're presenting right now. Oh well what about what I first said? Okay. Oh, so you don't care no more? No. What you mean no? Because
Hmm.
you not only moved the goalposts, you took the whole entire stadium, you nuked it, and then you wanted me to help you build the next four stadiums with your concept. You just wanted my input to help change your mind. That's not what I'm here.
Interesting.
I'm here to help you.
Very.
I'm here to help you construct and build. I'm not here to just be a mouthpiece to bounce ideas off of. That's not going to be taken into consideration. If you don't care about what I have to say, it's easier for me to not say nothing.
So it's hard to respond to that specifically because obviously I don't have a vested interest. I didn't know what the conversation was, and it's not relevant to what we're discussing. But it does make clear somewhat. I think women might have heard something different from that than the other gentleman heard, because not everybody is clear on their end goals when they embark on a conversation, and not every conversation you have has a goal. Sometimes it's just unloading. And so I think I don't have an answer. I don't have any some kind of magical insight to the perspective that you're discussing, as much as I find it interesting that to hear your perspective. I think that's valuable to hear how that reflected to you that type of conversation, because as a woman, there's lots of times that I've had, like, I literally, especially, so, like, for instance, if I were to talk about a situation that involved my kids, the decisions and the conclusions that I come to and how to go about solving a problem don't always rely on the logical outcome of what could and should be done. If the emotional connection to your kids and the emotional investment and the emotional responsibility one as a parent has to their children, you're always, as I know, as a woman and possibly as a man, I can't speak that, I'm not a man, I'm going to still set back onto the decision that I have the feeling is going to be the correct one, and I'm willing to be wrong on it, sometimes, because there's a multiple levels of things that need to be taken care of. I know I'm probably confusing the whole dynamic in this
No,
conversation. My
you're not.
apologies.
No,
You're not at
Um,
all.
I understand, Leanne. I want to say this. I appreciate your perspective. I appreciate the fact that you felt comfortable enough to share it, because that's, and when you said that earlier, we're talking about a lot of different things. I wanted to do that on purpose because I think when we just focus on one extreme to another extreme and we don't talk about the nuances and we don't talk about the anecdotal evidence that goes with, yes, all of us as human beings, we feel the way that we feel, whether that is more analytical, like I'm more analytical, right?
well, I
I'm
am in
also a
lots of
person.
areas, and other areas I'm not.
Yeah, right, exactly. And
Um,
that's what I mean, the celebration of being a prism instead of it
yeah.
being just I'm this or I'm that. I don't, I used to get it accused all the time. Oh, you're riding the fence. No, I'm not. It's just I don't care enough to pick a side. And why do I have to pick a side? To make
Hmm.
someone else comfortable. And so I think when we have these conversations with men and women, I encourage it because I think there has to be alternatives. We may not all agree, and that's fine, but there's no reason for us to disrespect each other, downplay, take away, or belittle someone's response or emotions or how they feel about a particular subject. And I'm really thankful.
I just think there's so much more
Yeah,
value in this type of a I'm having this conversation to gain an understanding and not to convince you that I'm correct,
right,
because
exactly.
not any damn one of us are correct in any one
Honey,
situation. And
right.
moving forward in all of these relationships, I think the thing that gets lost in so much of this back and forth that goes on between men and women is there are choices being made over and over
That's
again.
it.
You're choosing to move forward. You're choosing to let things go. You're choosing to listen. You're choosing to shut down. You're choosing to not address your issues or not take somebody else's um, things that they've brought to you seriously. It's always
Exactly.
a choice, and that choice sits with you and not another damn person. Nobody forces you into doing stuff. I have another catchphrase that I find very tedious when people say, "You make me feel this way." Absolutely no one on this planet has the ability to make you feel any one way or another. You have to take your
Mm-hmm.
responsibility of how you feel in the situation you choose to be in.
It
And if you
is.
don't like the way you feel, then you make the choice to walk away or you make the choice to address it.
Right. You
And
don't
it's
have to
very, very
stay.
clear and easy and smooth.
Yeah.
And, it's that kind of stuff. So thank you
I
guys.
appreciate that. No, I appreciate. Thank you for coming up. Nidus, are you back? It's on you, sir.
I think he
I
said
saw him
he.
waving.
Oh, he did say he. I think he wanted to
Yeah.
answer. What's going on back here? I'm being nosy.
Mhm.
Anyway, I just feel like I'm so. Thank you guys for real.
Mhm.
Like I really appreciate y'all coming up here. Really appreciate having this conversation because I just was so frustrated and disgusted with what I heard today, and I was like, I know that everyone doesn't think this way. Like I know there's intelligent people out here in these spaces that we can have
Max,
conversations.
Max, a question.
Amen.
This, and
Sure.
I don't want you to say the name of the panel if you don't want to, but
Okay.
the panel you was on where this took place. One, can you put it in back chat? Because I think I know which panel you're referring to.
Yeah.
And most panels that you go on tend to be extremely toxic. And
Yes.
sometimes when people come to this is just the honest to God truth. I just said this the other day on my panel. A lot of people bring their emotions to the internet because either one, they're having a bad day, which I recommend anybody. If you are having a bad day, do not jump your ass onto this goddamn
Right.
internet. Do not jump your ass. If you just
And
broke
talk
up,
crazy to people.
yeah, if you wanted a specific act or a relationship just ended, or you didn't get that promotion, or you just got fired, or you just had a baby, the kids piss you off, do not get on the internet, either in the chat room or behind the camera with a microphone. Don't do it, right? Because what you're going to do is you're going to now exfoliate that bad energy, and everyone's going to be like, "Well, damn, what the fuck wrong with this person?" Right?
And then
Come
how
into
it happens every
yeah.
day.
So let me see. The light was taken
I
down.
will put that link. Yeah, I'll put the link in the chat
No,
so
not the link. Just
not
put the
the.
name of the channel on the back.
Oh,
Just put
okay,
the
okay,
name of the
okay. I
channel.
got you. I went to
Um,
two. I went to. Well, no, I went to three. I went to one that was supposed to be a doctor. Um,
ah,
I
okay.
said, Doctor, okay, you got your PhD, I got you,
Hmm.
but you scaring me. Is this the advice that we are giving men? This is scary, right? And then I went to another person's panel that I frequent because I'm just always like blown away by the amount of, excuse my language.
You will learn because
Yeah.
I've been to quite a few places. Even when I just started in February on my birthday, when I just started, I was just coming to this space. Now I've already been on a few panels here and there before I actually like started my own channel,
Right.
and I was getting so many good graces from so many different people.
Yeah.
Then I
Right.
noticed once I start going on to other people's panels, just how
Right.
So, and I'm gonna keep this as PG-13 as I
Thank
possibly
you.
can.
Appreciate you.
When you go into other people, it's just like going into someone else's house, right? So,
Mhm.
for instance, I'll just use your channel as an example. This is the most held back I've been on a lot of people's panels in a long
Well,
time.
thank you.
Because on my channel,
I know.
we out there, right? On
Yes,
other people's
yes.
channels, we out there. But what I don't do on my channel, I don't do bickering, which that's one of my biggest things. Because as adults, you should have at least a little bit of
You should
decorum to
be able to,
where
right.
we can have a disagreement, right? So I'll give you an
Mm-hmm.
example. The argument that I didn't want to start, but that I started by accident,
Yeah.
was someone asked, so what's supposed to be like in a relationship? I say, oh, easy, three things: sex sign with silence. And she was like, excuse you? I said, yeah,
Ooh,
sex sign with
wee.
silence. And she was like,
That's a old school one.
what do you mean by silence? I said, easy, don't
Uh-huh.
nag me, don't muddle my day with a whole bunch of unnecessary stuff. Um, I have to tone this down a little bit. Make love to me so that I won't look at another
Thank
woman.
you. Thank
Feed me so I won't eat no one else's food. Like if you make me
Oh
some
my
macaroni and cheese with
God.
some turkey legs and some cornbread and some black eyed peas and a tall glass of Kool-Aid with the
You
ice
talking
in the water,
about it. Yes,
feed me
I
so good that
need.
when I leave this house, if another
Right.
woman dare try to give me a piece of fried chicken, hell no, chocolate ain't playing that shit. You probably didn't even season that right. And you men do not eat another
I
lady's
do
spaghetti.
know men who have said
All
that
right.
before. Like, I don't eat no other woman's cooking. Nah, nah, nah,
So
nah, nah. I don't do that.
if you're my woman, and this is what I think this is where I had a problem with it. Not problem, but I was confused about the entitlement thing because everyone wants to go back to the
Hmm.
Bible. Oh,
Oh
what's
my
what?
gosh, yes. Why
So
though? We don't even
I
go to
put a
church
spin
like
on it.
that anymore.
I put a
Like
spin on it.
what?
It says
Yeah.
in the Bible. It says in the Bible. Chocolate. I'm gonna just use that as an example. It says in the Bible that your body is mine and my body is yours. A lot of people get confused on that because though it may say that it's a parable, your
Right.
body is mine, my body is yours because we are one, right?
Right. Because we're
So
together. Right.
what not only what I desire, but what I foresee for us, we are one. So yes, if you come to me and say, I just need a fucking hug today, come here. I got your ass.
That's
Come on.
how.
I just
Hey,
need a
that's
cuddle.
it.
Come here.
Come on.
You know what?
Right.
I want to do some really crazy things and use you as a chair. Come here. I got you, right? And if I
I'm
come in and
weak.
I say,
Not use
hey,
you as a chair.
I need you to hey baby, I dropped my wallet. Can you pick that up? And when you pick that
Uh
up,
huh.
got you. You see what I'm saying? So
Yes, I got you.
that's what it means by yours is your body is mine, my body is yours, because we are one. There is
But
no
you were
more.
you made examples of having fun with it. Like
You
it's
can
not
have
this
fun with it.
force. Right. It's like
Yeah.
I got yelled at when I said, "Do we not? Are we not allowed to have fun in a relationship?" Like I'm a person. I want to go to Lego World, right? If I was in a relationship, I would want to go with my boyfriend or my husband, and we go to Lego World because that's just something we want to do together. Now, if he
Do
don't
you
want
know
to go,
how big of a kid you could be in Lego World, and then I could be like, hey baby,
twin.
see how they made that chair the Legos?
Okay, Nightish, are you here?
Hey, listen, at Home Depot, right? They got some two bath
I'm
tables,
done. No,
right? And but
no,
see, but no, here's the thing.
Nightish.
I'm not gonna go R
Mm-mm.
rated. I'm gonna keep it PG. Hey, baby,
Okay,
remember
okay,
all that fun that we had in Lego World? Cool. They got some stuff at
okay.
Home Depot, right?
Uh-huh.
I want you to wear your finest black dress that you have. I want you to wear the finest black shoes you have. Go some money. Go get your hair done. While you doing all of that and prepping yourself and getting yourself
What
ready, I'm about
happened?
to go to Home Depot, right? And when
But
I come
we
back from Home Depot, let's build something together, right? This is the
right.
thing. You have to include the person. I'm giving away all the secrets. Y'all don't listen to me. I'm
No, that's
including
not
the
true. That's not true. You're not giving away the
person.
secrets because what you're
Yeah.
talking about to
Mhm.
what was said earlier, to all the different things, to what Just Jay said earlier,
But
communication.
there comes a time when there actually needs to be a separation, right? So
Right.
in my relationships, I laid it out there all the time. One of my separations, chocolate, you my wife. And I love you to death. You are my number one
Mm-hmm.
in every aspect of my world, minus the children. When it comes to the children, baby, I love you, but the kids gotta come first.
I ain't got no kid.
All right. So, but my separation time is I just need 1 hour a day. Y'all just seen me smoking a cigar, right?
Right.
You may not like cigar smoke, so I
Right.
just need 1 hour just to
Exactly.
de-stress, get myself away from everything. I need to
Don't
clear
sound
my
like a
head
bad. Right.
from the hell that I just went through in the world. See, the
That's
secret
the
is
point.
ladies. I'm gonna give you a secret. What men want, what I want as a man, I do not want to come home to hell. I want to come home to peace.
Right.
And if you can make home peaceful, I will give you the biggest home that you can thrive in. But what I don't want to come home is I done been out work 16 hours, or I just had a bad argument with a coworker or a boss, family, or whatever. And when
Right.
I
You just
walk
had a
through the
bad
door,
day.
what you doing? Where you been? This is that. This is
Uh
that.
huh.
That.
I will
All right,
say
cool. Good.
that I have been on the other side of that. Um, like I was talking about my father earlier. Um, I had never been with a man that liked to whine. My ex was a whiner. Like, and it used to drive me up a wall. And I would be like,
That's a trigger for me as well.
why are you whining? Like, I wanted to be like, time out. You got to go into
Why
timeout,
are
man.
you white?
Like what my
Have you
mom
ever?
said.
I like to ask women these questions. Have you ever came home and sat in the driveway because you knew what was in the house?
Oh my God, yes. Sometime one day I just drove away. Like
Right, right. Just reverse and be like, I'm just gonna ride
I
around.
was like, look, he looking out the window, and I'm like, nah, it's okay.
Peeking through
I
the
ain't gotta
blinds
go
and
now.
shit.
Right? He
Then he
waiting
texts
because
you,
he
"Why
looking.
you
Right?
leave?"
He calling. I'm like, no, no,
Because maybe he didn't
Nighted.
make it comfortable. Maybe he didn't make it comfortable enough when you come in the
No, he
door. He got the
didn't.
food. He got the food prep. He got the bed made.
Oh
Clothes is washed. Kids put to bed.
no,
Your
nothing's
favorite TV
happening.
show on. Your wine glasses pour.
Right?
See, this is the things that.
Nah.
How can this is why I have a lot of problems. I'm sorry, Nadish. I'm gonna let you go after this one
Go
second.
ahead, Nighted. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Go ahead,
How can
sir.
guys say their end goal is a happy woman, yet you turn every fucking opportunity that you have into a complaint laundry list about what women won't do, ain't gonna do. If I'm gonna sit here and say, chocolate, I want you, I'm not about to be like, and you know what? I hate it when women do this and women do this and women do that, women do that. And out of the 50 things I said,
Yes.
20 or even two of those things are you. So now, as a woman, you're gonna sit back and be like, well, damn, this nigga.
Right. Ooh, go ahead,
I'm
Nightish, because I
sorry,
got a
my bad.
great. No, 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 you're good because I'll say this real quick. One, my ex pulled out a list one night. Like we're chilling in the bed, and he pulls this list out, right? And I was like,
He
oh,
pulled
you
a
have a
list out.
list. He pulled a list out on me, honey.
Oh Lord Jesus.
We chilling, grown people. You know what I mean? We chilling. I'm chilling. I'm not really thinking about shit. Like I'm just enjoying being in the bed, right? He starts to read the list, and I said, when he finished, I looked at him. I was like, "That's not me at all.
Mm-mm.
I am not any of the things that you are asking for."
So now the
I,
question is, if that's not you, who he looking at? My
whoever,
bad.
but it wasn't me. No, you good. That's what I'm saying. That's why I was like, if you want a different type of woman, I don't have a problem with it. I have a problem when people stay, or I am going to say this, when men stay with women that they are not attracted to, they are not interested in. They just, and then they use the excuse, oh, I'm staying for the kids, or I don't want to get a divorce. But you treat her like trash, and then
That they
you
don't
wonder
like.
why. Right. And I said this in my relationship, y'all. I told him, you don't even like me. Why would you
Nighters, come
propose
back.
to me? So, Nidus, you got it, baby. It is you. It is you. That we're
Okay,
gonna have
let
to
me
do this
see
again.
if y'all can recognize where I'm coming from because I stepped away to go to the door right quick.
Go ahead.
What I was hearing being described earlier. Do y'all know the Peanuts gang?
Yes.
Like from
Charlie
Charlie
Brown.
Brown? Yeah,
Yeah.
of
Do
Yep.
course.
you know? Do you know who Peppermint Patty is?
Yes.
Yes.
Sorry.
Okay, so Chuck, come kick the ball. And every
Exactly.
time he
Thank
ran to go
you.
kick it, she picked that ball up. So
Oh, that was Lucy.
that
That
is
was
a type
Lucy.
of yes. Okay,
Nidus.
that's Lucy.
That was
Okay, so
Lucy. Mm-hmm.
Lucy is a type of woman. But
Mm-hmm.
here's my response to the Lucy type. Can you write a little journal for me? Those things that's really important. because I'm not going to remember it because I don't like to dwell on things. And when we had this discussion about my childhood, about me being abused from 10 to 14, the jail stuff and all that stuff, I don't dwell on it. I don't stay there no more. I'm not even that person anymore. That is like something in the past. And I like to deal with things and move on. Well, other people like to stew in that. I'm willing to sit with you in it for a moment, but I'm not going to stay with you in that.
Mhm.
So that's sometimes what I hear. And when you're going through something, yes, naturally my instinct is to fix it. But if you just want me to listen, say that. We just have to be very specific about what we want so that everybody can feel like their needs and wants are met. I'll move on.
Simply put.
100%.
And I am looking at the clock. It is 2:20. My stomach is grumbling. But I have enjoyed you guys so much. Please, you're more than welcome. I may do
I
this
cooked
again
dinner though.
another.
You didn't even come to.
Thank you for
I
having me, Chocolate.
Cooked
anytime,
dinner.
love, anytime. Thank you so much for coming back, Ophelia, aka Leanne. You are more than welcome anytime. Of
Thank you,
course,
miss.
Will, Nightish, anytime, gentlemen. And thank you, Simon. Thank you, everyone in the chat. Bougie, Cleo, all my sisters and brothers, and I appreciate y'all so much. And I'm gonna say good night, and I hope y'all have a great evening. We'll do this again, okay?
Take it
All
easy.
right.
Much love.
Good night. Good night. Let me see. Let me end this. Whew.